The Oregon School Activities Association welcomes you to this broadcast of an OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championship event. U.S. Bank is proud to celebrate its 28th year of supporting OSAA state championships. Les Schwab Tires celebrating more than 55 years of pride in performance. Now enjoy the greatest sporting event around, a high school state championship.
AM 1260 KLYC, time for high school sports. It's the first round of state playoff action. High school sports this year brought to you by Davison Auto Parts, J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, Macy & Sons, Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub, First Federal, and Les Schwab Tires. And now to Oregon City and tonight's game.
All righty, thank you very much. Dave Adams, Brian Ayers, along with Jeff Ivey here for tonight's action. It is the playoffs. Yes, said playoffs. The McMinnville Grizzlies are on the road. They are in Oregon City tonight here at Pioneer Memorial Stadium to take on the Pioneers, a team that won the Three Rivers League with a record of 8-1. Of course, the Grizzlies, 3-4 overall, 6-4 in the Pacific Conference, 5th in the Pacific Conference. It's a tale of kind of a crazy year because a lot of people did not pick Oregon City to win the Three Rivers League with Lake Ridge, Lake Oswego in there, but they did exactly that. Let's bring Jeff on here. Jeff, this is an Oregon City team that a lot of people are saying could go pretty deep in these playoffs.
Yeah, they got a good quarterback, Brian, a good sophomore running back, Connor Mitchell, rushed for over 1,590 yards and 13 touchdowns this past season and led on the field by John Hall, their senior quarterback, throwing over 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns. This is a team that really did surprise a lot of people. You mentioned it as many players came on this team that are young, Brian, and stepped up ready to make the plays for the Oregon City Pioneers.
Yeah, it's a team that you've got to watch for. They've got some young guys there. Those guys you talked about, 2 of them are sophomores. They're big-time players. What are you going to do if you're McMinnville, if you're going to try to stop them? How can you stop these guys?
Well, I think probably the best way to do it is to get your offense going, Brian. Use your ground and pound with Robin Hill's wing T offense. Keep the offense of Oregon City off the field, much like Stanford did last night against the Ducks.
Yeah, and you'd throw that one in there as soon as you could, couldn't you, Jeff? You got that in the pregame show. And how do you do that, though? You've got a McMinnville team that struggled at times throughout the season, but other times they actually look like world beaters with that wing T offense.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Brian. It kind of depends on who you're playing, how defensively smart, so to speak, the team you're playing against is. Are they going to over-pursue? Are they going to susceptible to the back-slashing cuts that are made in this offense?
Well, it's going to be very interesting. It is a night remembrance from the fallen officer, of course, a few days ago. Jeff, we've had a very interesting pregame show to start things off. We've had a motorcycle gang come through in here. The Patriot Riders, they ran around the track. They're still here with their American flags. And also, you've got the police officers who come in there in their police cars, and they're lighting up this stadium right now with police lights, totally quiet as they drove in here. And now they're out on the field, these officers with blue balloons. Pretty impressive sight right now.
It is, and it's kind of somber, Brian, to be honest with you, but it's a really neat appreciation that the city of Oregon City is showing to that fallen police officer and their families.
It is, and they are going to continue to do that tonight. Very neat thing they're doing here as we stay for taps. Now they've let 2 balloons go into the sky, and now they're letting about 200 blue balloons go into the sky after those 2 balloons here at Oregon City High School. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Leave a message, and I will call you back as soon as I can.
Hey, honey, it's me. Listen, I kind of slid into a snowbank on the way home. Looks like I'm going to be a little bit late for dinner. Happy anniversary.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
So, in a nutshell, don't boil the ocean, take a deeper dive, and check the bandwidth in your wheelhouse. Capiche?
U.S. Bank business bankers know that your business isn't a cliche. It's your livelihood. You need a banker who speaks your language with real solutions to help manage cash flow, payments, and growth.
The scenery only changes for the lead dog.
A U.S. Bank Business Quick Loan offers competitive rates for equipment, vehicles, and more to help your business grow. Stop by U.S. Bank for straight business talk that makes sense. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Loan subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. See banker or usbank.com for details. Member FDIC.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local. Locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School. High school sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
Welcome back here to Oregon City High School as we continue the ceremonies before the game. Neat to see the officers down there in the center of the field right now, just being celebrated by the fans here at Oregon City High School and everybody out here. And I'd say probably about 45, 50 fans here, or excuse me, officers down there in the center of the field, discussing what's going on a little bit and almost consoling each other as they get ready to start here. Just I think Jeff said it earlier, it's a somber moment here, but neat to see them doing this in honor of them here. And they're coming off the field now and getting a rousing congratulations on the far side as the officers come off the field before this ball game here tonight. And of course, this ball game a lot less important than anything else that you can also can talk about, but it's needed to get back into the throw of things, and it's neat to have this community, both McMinnville and Oregon City, step up and say thank you to these officers and also remember a fallen officer as they continue now to go to their cars. And the cars are lined up from end zone to end zone practically. Not quite the one on the right, but all the way back into the far side of this end zone here on this side as we get ready for the Star Spangled Banner here just moments away. Take a break here in just a second, but we'll get this. Officers are heading back there, and Jeff, just a very interesting start to a ball game here, and just a neat reception by the fans here at Oregon City.
Really a nice tribute to the fallen officer, Brian, and it's a way for the community to maybe even begin to start healing, come together. You've got police officers not only from the local Oregon City, but I saw Clackamas County, I saw Portland, Multnomah. We saw City of Portland, the TriMet, some police officers there. So a nice showing of support for the officer's family and for the community. And like I say, it is a way to begin the healing process. It's never a good thing when a police officer gives up his life defending those around him, but yet that's what they're called to do at times, Brian. And so I know our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and certainly the police officers that worked with him. It's got to be a hard time for them too, but a very fitting tribute as those balloons went up into the sky. One of the more moving things I've actually witnessed live. It was really somber, and to see a crowd this big, dead quiet.
Dead quiet. You're right. And it's still very quiet as the officers are driving off the the track right now over on the far side and heading off to the field.
And then, of course, we'll have as you look over there, actually, the motorcycle honor guard that was here. They're all standing there saluting the police officers as they drive by. That's really a neat thing. There must be 50, 60 motorcycles on the far side, all of them adorned with the American flag, and standing there giving them proper tribute to the police officers as they drive off. And then, of course, when their motorcycles start up, we're going to know that.
Yes, you will definitely hear them. We heard them power in, and they were quiet when they powered in too. But they will power out of here as they're getting ready here tonight. The Oregon City football team is starting to come in over on the far side, and the police officers are letting them do that and being gracious about that. They're going to be coming out here in the field here. This game may probably start on time, maybe a little bit late, but I think one of the guys said earlier they're off script, and I think for something like this, nobody really cares if you're off script or not as they get ready here to continue off the field. A lot of media coverage as well. We've got 3 Portland stations here. I think I saw 4 cameras, so a 4th one probably snuck in. Of course, the major paper here, the Oregonian, here as well. And they continue the motorcade off now, and they'll be leaving the stadium. And the funeral for Officer Lipke will be Thursday, as the Oregon City Pioneers come out in thunderous cheers and the smoke over on the far side. And kind of hard to flip the switch, but I think Oregon City has done that. And
they're ready to play, it looks like.
They came out, they got the OC banner, and they've got the big sledgehammer to start to roll things off, and they are getting ready for tonight's action. The Grizzlies are not onto the field yet. They'll be out here in just moments, and we'll have the national anthem here in just a moment. Just a reminder that you're listening to 6A playoff action here on AM 1260 KLYC. And, of course, this is Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivy here for tonight's action. And Dave Adams back at Command Central. But, Jeff, flipping the switch, let's talk about this game a little bit. McMinnville, to win this ball game, they're going to have to step up and have one of their better games of the year.
It's playoffs. You gotta come ready to play, Brian. It's win or go home tonight, and I'm sure McMinnville does not want to go home. They're playing a team. We were up here a couple years ago that Oregon City ran all over them. Brian put up big points. I see a difference in this team, though, Brian, with Coach Robin Hill and the way that he likes to use the ball control. A couple years ago, it was Spencer Payne and quite a bit of throwing. Well, this year it's 3 running backs in the backfield, and then every once in a while we'll throw a pass with Gage Gabrud for big yards, I might add, and his completion percentage has been outstanding in the games that we've covered, going 10 for 14, 12 for 15, 12 for 16, putting up some big yards and getting 15, 20, 25 yards on the big plays to any number of wide receivers out there on the field.
Well, we'll talk more about this game and all the action we can muster up here in the pregame show. You're listening to playoff action here on AM 1260 KLYC as we have Oregon City hosting our McMinnville Grizzlies here on AM 1260 KLYC McMinnville. Don't go away. We will have the kickoff just a few moments away after this 2-minute timeout.
What are you saving for? It's a good question because big dreams are financed by smart savings, and there's no better time to start saving than when you're young. That's why First Federal waives monthly service fees and minimum balance requirements for account holders under 18 years of age. So skip or run to First Federal because your big dreams of tomorrow really do start with saving today. Your friends at First Federal are ready to help you invest in your tomorrows. First Federal. We're here for you. If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend. Someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903. 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Let's get a check on traffic with Rachel.
Thanks, Dan. It's a mess out there. This storm is making today's commute a real nightmare.
Cars are just slipping and sliding all over the road.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back here to McMinnville, or to Oregon City High School, where McMinnville will be taking on the Oregon City Pioneers, and the captains are starting to head out there right now for both teams. Of course, captains tonight, Nash Luttrell for McMinnville, also Garrett Adams, and of course Grant Rubedo out there, as well as Gage Gabrew. Jeff, this is a senior-laden team for the Grizzlies.
For the Grizzlies it is, but for the Oregon City Pioneers, not so much, Brian. They rely on a lot of underclassmen.
And can they make that happen? It's going to be interesting. Can the underclassmen come up with big plays tonight? That's going to be a big question.
It is going to be a huge question, Brian. And you get the spotlight's pretty bright during the regular season, but it intensifies and focuses on the playoffs. And can those guys that are young and not maybe as experienced, are they going to be a little nervous? Are they going to be too excited, going to make dumb plays? A lot to think about here, and that's where the senior leadership of this McMinnville team, I give the edge to.
It should be interesting to see how they come out. You can hear the in the background the motorcycles as they are getting ready to speed off, and we will hear every single one of them. They're going to come underneath us here in just moments away, as they are just going to be leaving. They were here for the pregame ceremonies, which was very impressive, and now they've got to leave, and we don't want them to, because it has been really a neat little thing, Jeff, a big thing really, and neat to see how the community here has responded and how things are working. And as they come out here, and they're going to slowly go by the visitors' side here, it looks like. And you can hear in the background the guys from the Patriot Riders.
And you can feel it here, sitting up here. You can kind of feel it in your chest.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
It is. So if you hear it in the background, that's what is going on right now. And they are single file going to go right underneath us here on the track. And just a neat thing as they are getting off the field, and I think they're going to be slowed down a little bit. Not sure what happened over on the far side, but they will get things going here.
Everything's okay.
If somebody may have
taken a little spill.
Yeah, it may have been that, but they will get them off the field here. But we get ready for football. After all that, it's a lot. How does this affect a team, though, Jeff? Either get them up or get them down. I don't know if it really does affect some of them.
I'm not sure that it does, Brian. I think you're focused when you come out of the locker room. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Both teams went over before they went to the locker rooms, 20 minutes before the start of the game, and gave their respects to the family and the police officers that were over there, and kind of all came together and said, okay, let's head to our locker rooms. Let's refocus. Come back out. We got a game to play, because now it's game time, Brian, and McMinnville will be kicking off to Oregon City to start the game.
All righty. We're just moments away. Glad to have you here on AM 1260 KLYC. Jeff, this season, Oregon City 4-0 at home. Grizzlies 2-1 on the road.
Well, that's a good matchup possibility, Brian. And McMinnville has got to come out ready to play, stop this offense early, and then get the ball back and take some time off and put some points up on the board.
All righty, as we get ready, the Grizzlies, they will be kicking first. And here comes the kick. It's going to be just a wobbler. Hits about the 18-yard line, and then gets inside the 10, go across the 20, 15, 25, still on his feet and trying to pick a lane to run through. That is Trevin Bradford, one of the sophomores that we talked about here tonight, Jeff.
Well, Trevin looked like he had a really big seam, and then instead of running north-south, Brian, kind of tried to go east-west, and when he did that, he was tripped up right at the 33-yard line. Pretty good field position to start your opening possession of the 13 OSAA playoff.
That's right. We are in game one as Oregon City comes out. Of course, they will be behind the sophomore quarterback, Jonathan Hill. The 6-foot, 205-pound sophomore likes to throw the ball. As the Grizzlies come out, they show a little blitz. Hall draws back. He's going to throw. He's got pressure. He's going to run out of the pocket. Looking. He's just going to dump it off incomplete. There's nobody around. Coaching staff's going, hey, where's the flag? Still trying to figure it out. The officials are trying to say, did he do that? He said, no, I think somebody was over there, and they're going to rule it uncatchable. And I think right there, Oregon City may have been bailed out.
They were bailed out. There was nobody within 30 yards of that ball, Brian. They were all on the far side of the field.
Hall on the season's got over 1,500 yards passing, so the guy can air it out. He's going to pitch over on the far side. It's going to go to the hands of Bradford. Going to roll to the left side. Breaks in through the 40. First down. Going to be awfully close depending on the spot. They're going to mark him short. A gain of about 7 yards to the 40-yard line. On the season, Hall has thrown for 17 touchdowns. Completes over 57% of his passes.
He's a good quarterback, Brian. He looks calm. He's a little chunky, if you notice. He's got a little bit of my belly in him, but, it kind of reminds me of like a...
Jeff, we wish we looked that good.
Okay, whatever.
Jonathan Hall, under center, 6', 205 pounds. He hands it off, and going once and getting hit is Connor Mitchell. Mitchell's going to get a first down or more, though, but not, marked down outside the 48, almost the 49-yard line. They're going to give him the 49-yard line. Nice job there by Connor Mitchell. Once again, another sophomore. He's the other guy you've got to watch out for. Connor Mitchell, 5'9", 180 pounds on the season, right around 1,590 yards with that run there. Puts him around 1,600 for the season.
Just an easy first down right there, Brian.
Hall, shotgun formation, and he's going to hand it off. Mitchell's going to look. He's going to be hit, and coming out of nowhere, Garrett Adams, and making the stop. Good job there by Garrett, and he called the right hole that time.
He shot that gap really fast, Brian. He saw that Mitchell was going to try and cut it into the right side and shot through the gap and drilled him right at the 49. Actually going to mark it back at the 48 for a loss of 1 on the play.
All righties, they come out there now. Second down and 11, as Jeff said, 10:41 and counting. Hall shotgun formation. Once again, Mitchell, he does a little play action. He throws over. He's got a receiver down there, wide open. It is caught by the other sophomore, Bradford. Breaks one tackle, going to get inside the 15, down inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. And right there, the ball was even underthrown, but the receiver, Bradford, was so wide open, he had time to wait for it and pick up a big yardage for the Pioneers.
43 yards to be exact on the play, Brian, to Bradford, and that was the big play that you didn't want to give up if you're McMinnville, as Bradford actually caught the ball and made a nice, nifty move to pick up about 10 more yards scampering down the field.
All righty, once again, shotgun formation. We'll see Hall there quite a bit tonight. 2 receivers on the far side, and he hands it off. Going to go to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to break it in and cuts it at the outside. Gets out to 5. Then it walks into the end zone, and they're going to give him the score. A 9-yard run there for the Pioneers. And just like that, they have put themselves on top. It was the first possession of the ball game.
Yeah, that was almost too easy, Brian. I tell you right there, I think it was Tanner Scanion had a chance to make a play in the backfield, but a nice little juke move by Connor Mitchell sprung him far to the outside, and by the time anybody could catch up, there was nobody in between the goal line and Mitchell.
Well, pretty auspicious start right now for the Grizzlies as the extra point is up and the extra point is good. And they trail after the first possession 7-0 here from Oregon City High School. The Pioneers lead over our Grizzlies. Don't go away. We'll be back with more after this 1-minute timeout.
What are you saving for? It's a good question because big dreams are financed by smart savings, and there's no better time to start saving than when you're young. That's why First Federal waives monthly service fees and minimum balance requirements for account holders under 18 years of age. So skip or run to First Federal because your big dreams of tomorrow really do start with saving today. Your friends at First Federal are ready to help you invest in your tomorrows. First Federal. We're here for you. If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville.
Oh, boy.
As we come back here, the Grizzlies gave up a quick score in under 2 minutes to start this ball game. And here is the kick. It's going to take it out the 10-yard line, then hit again. It goes into the end zone. A little trouble trying to handle that ball. I believe that was Silver. It was Zach Silver, but it does go through the end zone and into the end zone, so they will take it at the 21 or 20-yard line. The Grizzlies will. Jeff, they need to get something going now.
Yes, they do, Brian. I will say one thing. I'm glad they wore their white shirts tonight, McMinnville, because the numbers are much easier to read on the white jerseys than they are on the red.
You are correct. As they come out there, white uniforms, as you said, and shotgun formation and dropping back and getting pressure. As Gabrud, nothing there. It's going to be spun, then he just flips it, and it is caught there. And it's going to be taken across the 25, 30, 35, still on his feet, breaking some tackles, and just hit hard almost to the 40-yard line. As Tanner Scanlon, nice run there by Scanlon to make something happen. That was a broken play, Jeff. The defense really did the best there, and unfortunately for them, but fortunately for our Grizzlies, it came out big.
Holy cow, Brian. Scanlon scampering all over the field, and what awareness by Gage Gabrud to just flick that ball out to him as he was running for his life, and Scanlon able to come up with a nice play and get a big first down on 18-yard.
Gabrud going to pack it in, two receivers and two backs in the backfield, and they hand it off, and it was a little fake here. It may have been a double handoff there. Nate Went got it after Silver got nailed in the backfield, and Went just goes forward, and he picks up about 7 yards, gets it to just about the 45-yard line, and the Grizzlies, on a little bit, moving the ball a little bit now.
They are moving the ball well, Brian, and that's really awesome. But 2 huge hits put on by this OC defense already.
Yeah, they are hitting hard whenever they see anybody that may have even looked at the ball. Hands it off to Silver, going to roll around the right side, fights his way, breaks a tackle, gets the first down and more, and he gets into Pioneer territory down inside the 49-yard line. Nice job there by Silver to go through there and break some tackles. The offensive line doing a good job. Open some holes right now early in this ball game.
Well, and the running backs are running with purpose, Brian, tonight. Nate Went with his first carry and Zach Silver with his first carry, both punishing blows at the end of the run to say, hey, we're coming to play tough.
All righty, it's 8:39 and counting here in the first round of the state playoffs from Oregon City High School. Shotgun formations for Gabrud. And he hands it up. No, he keeps it. Looks, he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Going to roll to this right now. He's going to cut it up. Going to keep it. Going to roll, break a tackle, get some positive yards inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. And Gage making it happen with his feet this time. A gain of 7 yards down to the 42. And we have an injured Pioneer player over on the far side.
Well, Gage, you mentioned it, Brian, used his feet, and that's the third time that he's gone back in the backfield with the ball and has had extreme pressure, but he's been able to keep the feet moving, look upfield. You notice how his head's always looking downfield for the wide receivers who he's going to be passing to. He saw a lane open up and took off. Hey, 2nd and 3 is really good.
That's all they need to do to keep things and keep Oregon City on their feet. They'll be happy throughout this ball game.
Yeah. U.S. Bank has been proud to sponsor the OSAA State Championship since 1984. Whether you're buying a car, consolidating bills, or paying for one of life's unexpected surprises, U.S. Bank has great rates on loans and lines. U.S. Bank has to offer. U.S. Bank, all of us serving all of you. See banker for details. Subject to normal credit approval. Installment loans and lines of credit offered by U.S. Bank National Association, ND. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All righty, back to action here. It's like the player got off on his a little bit of help, but he's going to be okay, it looks like. Hand off to Silver, and Silver's hit once, hit twice, and about 4 guys takes him down. Maybe, I don't know if they give him a short gain or not. It's going to be 3rd down now. They move it back even, and maybe a half a yard. Ball sitting just between the 42 and the 43-yard line of Pioneer territory. The Grizzlies going from our right to our left on the radio dial.
Some big, stout guys on the interior line of that Oregon City defense.
Let's see if the speed of the Grizzlies can move them around a little bit. Gubrud under center, drops back, throws in the near side, and it is caught here by Ramos, and Ramos gets it. Going to be near the first down territory. Nice job there by Darby Ramos to hold on to the ball. He was fighting for it with Clay Valenzuela-Reese there, and Ramos comes up with it, and it's like they're going to give him maybe a marking is what they're going to do, measure it to see if he actually got it. Ball was sitting, it's like inside the 39, and the markers, Jeff, are on our side, so it's kind of hard to see where he actually had to go to for the first down. We're not usually on the visitor's side, but we are here at Oregon City.
Here and at Tualatin, you are.
You are correct. So we don't get the pleasure of being able to almost guess on this. I'm still going to say he got it by a hot dog.
Yeah, I think he got it.
I hope he got it by a big hot dog. They're going to pull it. Ooh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be first down by maybe a bite of a hot dog there. First down for the Grizzlies. It's 7:22 to go in the first quarter. Pioneers do lead. They scored on the first drive. Grizzlies have their drive now. It is 7-0 Oregon City.
It's a nice play, just a quick out to Darby Ramos. He went up high, Brian. It wasn't thrown the best by Gage Gubrud, but he made the play that he needed to. Keeps the drive alive for McMinnville.
Nate Wynn on the far side, single coverage. Gubrud, shotgun formation. He's looking for him to the right. He's got a little screen play, and it's taken down by Scanlon. Scanlon's catching it, goes, cuts it in. He's hit hard, but he's going to fight his way inside the 30-yard line, make him inside the 29-yard line. And the Grizzlies are making plays, but they're getting punted each and every time, whether they have the ball or not.
They are just getting drilled, but they're going to give them, did they mark the first down?
They did. First down.
Excellent. Fourth first down on this drive, Brian.
All righty. Here on the near side is Ramos. He's the lone receiver. They're going to get it to Silver. Silver's going to cut it up, breaks one tackle. Flag comes flying in. Silver gets near the 20-yard line, and then they're going to say the flag is back in the backfield, which I think you made the initial indication, Jeff. It's going to be a hold against the Grizzlies.
It is going to be a hold on number, well, I won't name the number, but let's just say it was an interior offensive lineman.
Okay. If I would have seen it.
Chop block.
Oh, well, there we go. They're going to call it chop block, which I think Coach Hill not happy about that, and he's trying to get some clarification on who that was, and he'll take a note of that, I'm sure.
And bringing up Coach Robin Hill, Brian, you remember he's no stranger to playoffs. Took Sprague to a state championship in the 90s, and he knows what it's like to get your team prepared for the playoffs. It's a lot different atmosphere and a lot different of preparation when you know that if you don't win tonight, you're done for the season, and you don't want your seniors going out with that bad taste in your mouth. So a 15-yard big penalty is going to move the ball clear back to the 45-yard line of McMinnville and going to bring up first and 26.
All righty, now they've got some work to do to say it, understated a little bit, as Gubrud is in shotgun formation, went in motion here from the new side to the far side. Gubrud's got a little bit of time. He's looking now. He's going to be flushed out. Roll to this side. He's going to try to keep it. He's going to stay and try to fight, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. Nice job of sticking with him is Andrew Etzel. Etzel, the senior, stayed with Gubrud and just held on, and Gubrud could not get out of the clutches of Etzel, and that takes it way back into Grizzly territory, back to the other 42-yard line, and it's now second down and 38 yards. You don't see second and 38 in the playbook very often.
No, you don't. I don't know the last time I saw second and 38, if ever.
Lebanon High School, maybe. Oh, that was fourth and 38. Okay, Gubrud, shotgun formation, trips here on the near side. Two receivers on the far side, went in motion, now going to the far side. He's got a little bit of time. No, they're going to go a little screen play to Silver again. He's got a blocker. He's going to cut it up. He's going to be hit hard at midfield, and he's taken down inside Pioneer territory, a gain of about 8 yards. Good job there by the defense of this Oregon City team to get there and to make the stop once again. Jeff, they've gone to that play a couple times. How many times can you go to the well, especially when you need 38 yards?
Oh, you got 8 of it, Brian.
Now you're now 30 and 30.
Gage Gubrud, though, 4-4 to start this game for 39 yards. But it's going to take a Herculean effort right here to get the first down, as you've got to get to the 20-yard line, and the ball's just over the 50.
Shotgun formation, trips on the far side, rolling to the right is Gabrud. He's got a little bit of time now, throws to the far side, and it's in and out of the hands of Ramos. Ramos just started to look forward after, before the ball got to him. He makes a big catch earlier, one that he probably shouldn't have caught. This time he doesn't come up with an easy reception. Still had a lot of work to do after that. Now the Grizzlies have to punt.
Oregon City playing kind of a lack of the press there, as giving up about 10 yards on the wide receivers that were lined up on the line of scrimmage. So it would have brought up 4th and probably 20 if the catch had been made.
If he wouldn't have broke a tackle, too.
True.
You never know. Gabrud back to punt. He's standing at his own 35. High, wobbly punt, and it's going to bounce inside the 25, and then it's going to take a McMinnville bounce down to the 18, 17-yard line, and that's where Oregon City will take over. Hard hits going on out there. Clay Valenzuela-Reese, he leveled one, too. I can't remember and see if that was on Andrew Huffer or what, but Reese, a huge hit. Now, Jeff, with 4:51 to go in the first quarter, Grizzlies trail by 7. Your defense, they didn't do it on the first possession. Now they need to step up here in the second possession.
Well, it was way too easy on that opening drive, Brian. That 67 yards in a minute and 55 seconds.
Handed off, goes to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to dance around a little bit, and he does to about the 20-yard line. Once again, we're on the visitor's side, so it's a little bit hard to see the actual distance they go on the short yardage stuff, but it's going to be a gain of maybe 3 yards there. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. 4:30 to go here in the first quarter. Over on the far side, it's Hunter Kennington. Also over there is Bradford. And looking over on the left side, throws across the center. It is caught by Matthew Oates, and Oates gets across the 35, 40, 45, 50 into Grizzly territory, and he goes out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to mark him. We've got a whistles back here, and I don't see a flag, Jeff. But they are marking at the 40 on the one on the far side. And they do have a flag here on the near side. And it's like they may be calling it on McMinnville once again to stay back. And you remember, was it last week the Grizzlies had this exact same call on a big play, and they're telling them to go back a sideline infraction once again.
Yeah, that's seems a little cheesy to me, Brian, to make that call when you are entitled to run up and down the sideline there as a coach.
I'm not sure if they are calling on Hill or what, but he's saying everybody scoot back, and they are going to, I don't know if they're waving off the flag or what. They wouldn't count it anyway. Oregon City, it's a big game as they have it on the McMinnville 41-yard line with 4:11 to go in the first quarter. Handoff going to go into Jordan Villarreal Ferguson, and he just barrels through, and maybe a gain of about 2 yards inside the 40. It's again hard to tell, Jeff. 38-yard line.
You give him 3 actually on that play, and it didn't look like he got that far, but that's okay. It was just a quick belly dive right up the middle, Brian, behind that offensive line. It's getting a pretty good push against McMinnville right now.
Yeah, they kind of like the game last night, as you mentioned in the pregame show. It's kind of happening as we speak. And throwing here the near side, it is caught here by Kennington. Or Knighton, and Knighton gets inside the 30, gets a first down or more to the 28-yard line.
Well, 10 yards there, Brian. That puts John Hall almost over 100 yards of passing, and we're still 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
As the teams slowly get up to the ball. We'll have scores for you from around the state tonight. It is playoff Friday, the first round of the playoffs, so we will get scores and we'll pass them around and along to you throughout the evening, so make sure you tune in for that. As dropping back is Hall, he's going to step up into the pocket. He throws, has a receiver into the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Oregon City. Matthew Oates came to the ball. Not a very well thrown ball. The only thing good about it was it led him away from the receiver. And actually it was a catch by Bradford. And Bradford comes up with the touchdown. And just like that, Oregon City has extended their lead. Now 13-0 over McMinnville.
Well, Hall able to use his legs, Brian, to get away from some trouble out into the flats where no defenders from McMinnville really put any pressure onto him. And then he saw Bradford coming across the end zone and able to make a nice throw. Bradford had to go down low to pick it up. He did, and now with the extra point up and good, it's 14-0 Oregon City.
Canchola on to kick the extra point for Oregon City. It's up and is good, as you said, and we will take a break. Our score with 3:07 left to go in the first quarter is Oregon City 14, McMinnville nothing. You're listening to the KLYC Game of the Week. We'll be back after this. Time out.
There are times you simply need a friend, someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903, 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
All right, as we come back here to Oregon City High School, Brian Harris along with Jeff Ivy. And, McMinnville in a little bit of a hole right now. And here is the kick. It's a squib kick. It'll be taken about the 12-yard line. And Silver's going to take it across the 20. And I don't think he got to the 25. And he was stopped by a whole host of Pioneers. And the Grizzlies, once again, not great field position. The second possession here starting at the 23. First one started at the 20.
Well, that's kind of the theme of the night so far, Brian, is what can McMinnville do to get some offense going. They had a nice drive going to open the game. Penalty and a sack really took them momentum away from them, and now to go down 2 scores with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter is a big task for them to come back.
All right, they're going to have to try to make something happen now. Gabru's shotgun formation, trying to get Silver in motion. A little play action. Gabru's going to keep it, going to take it on the ground, and he just kind of barrels his way, maybe a short gain just outside the 25-yard line. Earn rewards, exclusive discounts, and preferred rates with a U.S. Bank package. Choose a silver, gold, or platinum checking and create a package with the features that are right for you. U.S. Bank, all of us serving you. See Banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank, National Association, and a member FDIC. Grizzlies back under center. Gabru's shotgun formation. In motion is Went. Went's going to be here on the near side. Gabru's looking for him here on the near side. He throws for him. He catches it. He gets the first down on the Moors. He gets his way inside the 41-yard line. Nice job there by the Grizzlies. Nice, crisp pass there by Gabru.
Well, he had time, Brian. They moved the pocket on him, got able to get out to the left side here and make a nice throw right on target to Went. And, the last couple weeks, Went has come up big for McMinnville, and he does again there with the first down.
Ramos here on the near side. Silver and Scanlon. No, it's Medina on the backfield. And Rowan is Gabru. Rowan still looking on the far side. Finally just throws it away. Incomplete, almost into the hands of Went, but he was really well covered. And it does drop incomplete once again. It's going to bring up second down. And, Jeff, right now for Oregon City, they are just getting a huge push on that interior offensive line. Joshua Miller, the senior, 6'3", 280 pounds. He was pushing Gabru out of that pocket so easily there that he almost caught up with him.
He did, but the thing I liked about Gabru on that play, Brian, was he knew he had the wide side of the field, so there really wasn't a lot of panic. He was trying to wait for the wide receivers to flush open. They didn't, and he just threw it out of bounds.
All righty, Grant Rubedo is somebody they haven't gone to yet. They're going to have to. Gabru's going to be flushed out again. He's just going to throw a wobbly in the far side, and he tries to throw it across his body. Overthrows the intended receiver, Nathan Clevenger. Incomplete. Clevenger actually got open on that last move, and if the ball was underthrown a little bit, could have been a reception. But when you're throwing across your body, rolling to that wide side again, Jeff, you got to be careful.
Yeah, now that's hard to do, Brian, with accuracy. And he threw it, about 5 yards past the wide receiver there. Had he been on target, might have been a touchdown.
He's wide open.
The wide receiver had 3 or 4 yards on the nearest defender in the secondary for the Pioneers. This is a big play, if you ask me here. 3rd and 10, minute and 49 to go in the first quarter. And, you'd hate to get the ball back to Oregon City right now.
Scanlon, he's over here on the near side. And McMinnville, delay of game. And they just waited way too long. Coach Hill is going to come out and talk to his quarterback. And Coach Hill's, they're going to give him a timeout. I'm not sure. They think Coach Hill thinks he has a timeout. The officials haven't given him one yet. And I think Coach Hill now is going to say he wants one, or there's some confusion out there. The coaches on the other side are trying to come out as well, but they have not given him a timeout yet. One official's trying to decide it with the head referee. Now Hill's going to walk off the field like nothing happened. And over on the other side, Bruce Reese, he's going to try to see if he can easily walk off as well.
Normally, in these playoff games, you send the best referees of a conference, and to be honest with you, a lot of confusion so far from these officials to start this game.
Here we go, a double handoff, and pretty much smoked out pretty easily. Scanlon gets it. It was Gabrud getting it to Medina, and then gets it to Scanlon, and Scanlon goes forward for a short gain, and it's going to be put at the 30 or 41-yard line, and McMinnville going to come back out to punt. And you can see some of the frustration right now on the sidelines by the Grizzlies as Gabrud is going to be standing at his own 27-yard line. Back to receive. Got to be careful with Bradford because he can make things happen. He did that last week against Lake Oswego. And now it's going to be a fake. Gabrud's going to roll to the right. He's going to keep it. He's going to get to the other side. He gets a first down at the 40, and he tight ropes it. Where are they going to mark him on the far side, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line? The fake punt worked for McMinnville when it probably shouldn't have. It didn't look very pretty.
It didn't look pretty, Brian, but you caught Oregon City napping just a little bit, looking for the punt to happen. And a nice job by Gage to take that ball and just run. And again, he ran to the far side of the field, knowing that he was going to be able to outrun a lot of those inside interior linemen. Beautiful job there for the 20-yard gain.
Good job there by Gabrud and the rest of the team to fake it, so everybody thought he was actually going to do it and allowed him to get some room. And here they go, a double handoff, and it's going to the up back. It's going to go, and still on his feet is Wint, and fights forward, gets it inside the 30, inside the 25, and he gets tripped up at the 21-yard line. And there is that double handoff, the wing T-jump, starting to work. We haven't seen a lot of it, to be honest with you, this season. They're starting to use it now here in the playoffs.
No, that's the hard part of that offense, Brian, is who's got it in coming out of the backfield. Early on in the season, McMinnville was not doing the double handoff, but the last 3 or 4 games, we've seen it become more of a prevalent part of this offense.
Medina and Silver in the backfield. Gabrud drops back. He throws, and it's in the hands and caught there by Ramos. Ramos gets it, and let's see where the mark is. It's going to be right around the 12, 13-yard line, and it's going to be short of a first down, I do believe. Ramos coming up with another big catch because right now Gabrud is taking that ball and threading the needle. When he threads the needle, Ramos is, he's been solid on that reception, and they mark him at the 12-yard line. 34 seconds to go in the quarter. And here's the handoff to Silver. He's going to try to make something happen. He is hit, and he has spun. Short gain. Let's see where they mark him inside the 10. And trying to see from this angle. I do believe he gets a first down. He does. It's going to be first and goal now for the Grizzlies right at the 10-yard line. It's going to be first. They're going to mark him. They say...
Yeah, they said 9 up on the...
They do. Once again, we're a little confused because we don't have the usual side we're on, but you got a better angle, Jeff.
I'm looking through the coach's box here next to me. It's kind of a unique situation.
It is kind of fun, though, isn't it? Gabrud gets it, hands it. No, he throws it here on the near side. Pass intended for Silver. Incomplete. Just kind of got him a little too far. Going to bring up second and goal from, theoretically, the 10-yard line with 5 seconds to go in the quarter.
Gage Gabrud already has thrown 10 passes in this first quarter, Brian. He's 6 of 10 for 64 yards, and I think that might be a little bit outside the norm of what typically McMinnville wants to do. But, with his accuracy, he's been able to do this all season long. And, they put up 119 yards of offense here in this first quarter. Not bad.
Ramos, single coverage. They're going to throw here across the center to Silver, and he does a little slant pattern, and then he incomplete. He had the ball, fumbled it, and then it came out. And they're going to say incomplete, and may have dodged a bullet there, but that will end the first quarter of play. What a crazy quarter it's been already. We're only a quarter of the way through the game. Right now it's Oregon City on top, 14-0 over McMinnville. Don't go away. You're listening to the KLYC Game of the Week. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
Let's get a check on traffic with Rachel.
Thanks, Dan. It's a mess out there. This storm is making today's commute a real nightmare.
Cars are just slipping and sliding all over the road.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local. Locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School.
As we come back into Oregon City High School, Oregon City does have the lead by a score of 14-0, and McMinnville, though, threatening is 3rd and goal from the 9. Ball, though, is placed on the 10-yard line. Good crowd here in this first round of the OSAA State Football Playoffs. Glad to have you here in KLYC. Big play here. It is 3rd and goal now. Gabruz shotgun formation. Silver and Medina in the backfield. Silver now in motion. Medina going to be the blocking back. No, he's going to be the lead back. And no, he gets stopped. Gabruz does and just gets eaten alive and pushed back to the 12-yard line. Not sure if Medina missed a block there or what, Jeff, but just nowhere to run there for Gabruz.
Well, it looked like 2 Oregon City defenders here on the left side of the offense or defensive line came up, Brian, and Medina looked like he didn't know which one to pick up. And as a result, that was a loss of 2 on the sack by Oregon City. Now it's going to be a 29-yard field goal attempt here, 30-yard field goal attempt.
Bannister on to kick it. It is going to be a 30-yard one. Here's the snap. Not great, but Bannister gets the kick up. It's long enough, and it is good enough. So the Grizzlies are on the scoreboard with 11:16 to go in the quarter. It is now Oregon City 14, McMinnville 3. We'll keep it right here. You're listening to the KLYC Game of the Week. And, Jeff, it has been an interesting first quarter, but we've got more to play. And Grizzlies starting to get into a little rhythm, though.
Yeah, that was a really nice long drive, Brian. And the thing I like about it is get the points.
That's right.
Points. Get some points up on the board. Feel good about yourself. Now your defense needs to step up because you've given 2 easy, and I mean easy, drives to Oregon City to put up their 14 points. At Les Schwab Tires, they guarantee their service like they guarantee their tires. Backed at more than 400 stores throughout the West. Les Schwab Tires doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, now you got a little bit of momentum. Hopefully your defense now will take some of that and say, hey, we can move the ball now. We just need to step up defensively and make something happen. Make some unforced errors, maybe make some forced errors, and see what happens defensively for your team. Can the Grizzlies do that? We'll find out as they get ready to kick it once again.
You smell elephant ears?
I do. I do.
I don't know what. It's fried bread of some kind. Maybe it's a funnel cake or something, but I smell it. The nose knows what the nose knows. Of course, we have these nice little chocolates here that we'll eat after a while, and a little pregame snack, and then we got the salted caramel for later in the game.
You are correct. As the ball is taken there by Bradford. Bradford goes across the 10, 15, 20. He backs out. He's going to go backwards now. 25, going to spin around, going to stay on his feet, going to pick a hole, going to cross the 40, and the flag comes flying in and hits a couple of the players and nails them, but Bradford is to be marked at the 45-yard line. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a pinball because it looked like he wanted to come up the middle. Then he pitched it to the left side, and then, there's way too many white shirts there, so he wraps around to the right side of the field, gets down the field, but there's going to be a block in the back at about the 37-yard line, so they're going to move him back to about the 27-yard line. This is the 10-yard penalty, and so McMinnville, a little bit fortunate there to not have not as good a field position as they've seen.
It was interesting. The flag did come from about 35, 40 yards from the back judge. Everyone's talking about it up here. And he's got some BBs in there, or some corn or something, or some rice, because that thing flew.
It did.
And, here we go. Oregon City's going to have it at their own 27-yard line. And there's going to be able to play action and being fleshed out as Hall. He's going to be hit. He's going to be taken. No, he's going to still spin. And then finally taken down back near the 22-yard line. They're going to give him a nice spot. If they're going to mark her up to 24, and not as, a loss of 2.5 yards, just inside the 24-yard line. Good job there. They tried to do a little trickeration and just couldn't make it happen.
Nice job by the defense to not stop, Brian. They initially hit him in the backfield as we got something going on here. Official stops the play, and somebody's running off for some reason.
That's one of the McMinnville Grizzlies. That's a Geeden. Geeden comes off, and coming into the game will be Noname, number 62 for McMinnville.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. Try to get their names.
I'll also give him number 62, more than we have on the sheet here. As dropping back is Hall, looks across the center, floats it up, it's tipped, and it's almost still caught there by Tristan Burge. Good job there defensively by McMinnville to tip it up, and Silver is thinking, oh man, I almost tipped it into his hands.
Well, Silver should have come forward a little bit more, Brian, and he might have been able to get that ball with some steam running down the field on an interception, but that ball was thrown into triple coverage that time by Hall. Not his best pass of the night.
So we've got third down now, third about 13, ball see at the 24. Geeden comes back into the game for the Grizzlies. Hall, shotgun formation, a little play action, going to hand it off, going to go to Mitchell. Mitchell goes forward, and he's taken down not before a gain of about 7-8 yards inside the inside the 31-yard line. Needed to get to about the 37, and now going to bring up fourth down. And the Grizzly defense may have just stepped up here if they can get off the field quickly. And they got two guys who are walking. They're going to go for it, a fake punt, and they throw it to the far side, and it is incomplete. The pass was there. Bradford was there. Caught everybody sleeping. Yet Grizzlies didn't even get off the field over here, Jeff. They could have had a penalty flag thrown over here. And the Oregon City Pioneers just turned it over, pretty much in essence, to the Grizzlies.
Well, the thing that really threw me on that one, Brian, was that the official here on the near side wasn't even ready for the play. He had no idea what was going on, and they let the ball hike. Okay, anyways, I'm going to let it go. And 9:53, great field position for McMinnville.
Not only that, I mean, they had two guys standing over McMinnville who weren't off the field yet, and they were just watching to see what was going on. But McMinnville, they do have the ball. Gabrude's going to roll a little option here. He's going to keep it. Going to roll up inside the 25, 20, stiff arm, and he is flung hard out of bounds. Let's see where they mark. I'm going to be near the 15-yard line, and that is where they're going to have it. Is Gabrude kind of he is hurting. They're going to take a timeout. Coach Hill calls it on his left arm, it looks like. Gabrude is hurting a little bit, and the Grizzlies call a timeout. We'll take it too, and we'll come back here. With 9:45 left to go in the second quarter, Pioneers 14, McMinnville 3, but they're threatening. Don't go away. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
All right, kids, let's hear it.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
The horse knows the way to carry the snow.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
As we come back here to Oregon City High School, Brian Harris along with Jeff Ivey. It's 9:45 to go in the second quarter. Come to action, and Cameron Markham is into the game for the Grizzlies now. The backup senior quarterback, and they're going to pitch it. Going to go into the hands of Scanlon. He's going to stutter step, gets inside the 10-yard line, down near the 9-yard line. Now, Gabrude is on the sideline, Jeff. He's warming up. He's throwing, but every time he throws it, he's just swinging his arm, so it's hurting him down there. Work with him a little bit, see if they can figure it out, but it looks like he's in pain every time he throws it.
Well, the way he was tackled, Brian, and pulled down almost by that right arm and then right onto the shoulder, I can see why he's in pain. But Cameron Markham has some good playing experience this year, but you got to figure that McMinnville's going to really go to the run now.
Hands it off to Silver as you say that, and Silver gets down on second down to the 7-yard line. And with 8:59 and counting to go, going to bring up third down and about 2. As now Gabrud is going to check into the game. Just want to remind you can listen to KLYC.us and OregonPulse.com. Make sure you check on the live game down there. As Gabrud drops in, he's going to roll to the right to the throw. Has a receiver. It is caught near the goal line, and that's Rubedo. And let's see, they're going to mark him. It's hard to see from this angle, Jeff. Looks like he's going to be at the 2-yard line. If that's the case, it's going to be enough for a first down. It is a first down for McMinnville. Gabrud comes in and throws a strike there to Rubedo, really making his first interest in the ballgame.
The first time that he has been thrown to tonight, Brian, and a nice catch. Used his big frame to keep the little defensive back off him. The defensive back then tried to strip the ball from him, but sideline kept that from happening. And first and goal now for McMinnville. And the Oregon City crowd a little quiet right now.
As they come up there slowly. And Gabrud hands it off to Scanlon, fights his way near the goal line, and they're going to give it to him. Touchdown, Grizzlies! Tanner Scanlon with the 1-yard run and a kiss into the sky to make it 14-9, pending the extra point for McMinnville.
Oh, that's a big drive right there, Brian, to kind of get yourself really right back in this football game. Your defense gave up 2 easy drives to start the game. You take over on downs at the 31-yard line and score a touchdown, only having to go 31 yards. Big right there.
Bannister on to kick the extra point. Here's the snap. It's good. The kick is up, and the kick is good as well. 8:26 left to go in the second quarter. McMinnville's making it interesting now. It's 14-10. Oregon City still has the lead. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. 1 minute. Timeout.
U.S. Bank can help you get the home you want, whether you're a first-time buyer,
how are the restaurants,
a growing family,
how are the schools,
or an empty nester.
How's the fishing?
U.S. Bank offers a variety of home mortgage products for whatever stage of life you're in.
I love the dramatic staircase.
That's way too many stairs.
Apply today at any U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/mortgage, or call toll-free 855-434-HOME. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Mortgage loans subject to credit approval. Interest rates and program terms are subject to change without notice. Mortgage loans offered through U.S. Bank National Association. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
All right, kids, let's hear it.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
The horse knows the way to carry the snow.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
As we come back, Brian and Jeff here, and just making sure you're still there, Jeff.
I'm here.
Okay.
I was just in daydream land thinking about Willamina football for some reason. I don't know why.
We'll talk about that later. As Bannister kicks it off, and it's going to be taken about the 2-yard line. And rolling in here is Bradford, breaks 1 tackle, across the 20. 15, still on his feet, gets inside near the 30-yard line. Nice return, about 27 yards there for Bradford, and that's where Oregon City will take it here with 8:18 to go in the second quarter. Oregon City does lead 14-10.
Bradford would have been better served, Brian, to just keep surging up the field and following his blockers. He would have got 6-7 more yards on the play. Instead, he tried to loop back around again like he did last time and really didn't do him any good.
All righty, Hall under center, I formation, and he's going to hand it off. Going to go to Mitchell. Mitchell is going to slip a little bit, but not before he got some yards, about 5 yards to about the 33-yard line. You can see Oregon City, Jeff, on defense, they play hard. Offense, the offensive line hits hard as well.
They do, and they've given John Hall a pretty good time tonight, Brian. He's 4 of 6 passing for 121 yards and 1 touchdown. So he's been very efficient, averaging 30 yards per pass play.
Here's a handoff, Mitchell, and he goes forward. He breaks the tackle, and it's going to get inside the 38-yard line. Got to pull backwards after he went forward. He comes up limping a little bit. Connor Mitchell does, and it's going to bring up third and about a long, short 2, long 1 yard for the Pioneers. Now that offensive scheme for Oregon City is they try to bust right through that line, Jeff, and if they do, those linebackers have to be on their feet to make sure they make the stop. Bradford Hall under center once again. He hands it off and going forward and just fighting is the big fullback there, Anthony Corvey, and the senior, 250 pounds, just barrels it through to the 43, first down and a lot more.
Well, the bummer of that was, Brian, the McMinnville defense had him in the backfield initially, but Corvey, a big guy, able to pick up 5 on the play and the first down.
We're at just under 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. It is Oregon City 14, McMinnville 10 here in KLYC McMinnville. Here on the near side, you've got Knighton, and they're going to hand it off. Going to go through and bust it as Mitchell gets across the 45 to 50, still on his feet, and going to get about 11 yards on that run. Gosh, Mitchell is fast. He just broke it through there, had a wide open lane, and nobody can take him down to about the 46-yard line, not before he had 11 or 12 yards.
Beautiful play, Brian. Like you said, right up the middle. C opened wide, and the linebackers from McMinnville were nowhere to be found. Secondary had to come up and make the play.
That offensive line, they know what they're doing. They are opening up quite a few holes for these running backs. Here comes the handoff, no play action as Hall throws across the center. As a receiver, it is caught there by Tanner Smith. The freshman gets it, and Smith gets it down to the 30-yard line for a first down. Big play there by the freshman to get that one. 5'11", 195 pounds.
Yeah, we talked about the underclassmen that play big roles for Oregon City, and Tyler is one of them. Had to go up high, and he knew he was going to get hit pretty hard. But McMinnville's defense kind of given again, Brian. A little bit too much space here in the passing game, and a little too easy for John Hall.
Here in the near side is Bradford as well as Knighton. Hall. He drops it, will play action, throws across the center again, and it's incomplete. He bounces it to Knighton, underthrown. He had a receiver there. Markham was there defensively and stayed with him, but if that ball is thrown well, it's going to be a first down or more.
Couldn't tell if Hall had to shorten up his throw there, Brian, look, because the ball was so far underthrown, couldn't tell if he was going to hit a player in front of him, his own offensive lineman, or a defender coming through. Not the best thrown ball tonight by Hall. Good job of pressure up front from McMinnville.
It's kind of surprising to see Hall throw something like that. He hasn't done too many of those this season. Knighton here on the near side as well with Valenzuela-Reese, who's now in motion over to the far side. Hall shotgun formation, and he hands it off. It goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to break it inside, outside, still on his feet. Flag comes flying in, and Mitchell gets down inside the 17-yard line, but there's a flag back at the 29-yard line, and it looks to be a hold. It's going to go against Oregon City.
Well, you're going to accept that penalty with the nice run off the right side, and unfortunately one of those interior offensive linemen wrapped around the, I think that was 84 for McMinnville. That, of course, Colton Height, I think, got held. He had a chance to make the play, and unfortunately for Oregon City, it was right in front of the official, and he just dropped the flag and said, nope, I saw you do that. Moves the ball clear back to the 39-yard line.
Second down and 19 with 5:38 to go in the second quarter. It is Oregon City 14, McMinnville 10. Trips here on the near side for the Pios. And Hall looks for those trips. He throws a wobbly ball in the air, and it's up, and it is caught. Mitchell catches it. Bradford catches it near the 25-yard line. How he caught that when there's a whole bunch of guys there. Unbelievable if Bradford comes up the reception.
Well, the thing that McMinnville needed to do there, Brian, was just tackle the wide receivers before the ball got there. It was tipped. That's why it came out of there so ugly, and they should have just made the tackle.
Tough to know, though, when you're playing back there. You don't know it's that way.
You're right, but that was, instead of 3rd and 19, it's now 3rd and 4.
5:30 to go. Trips over on the far side. Hall's getting some pressure, and then we've got timeout. McGirvin does call a timeout, and they are going to talk about it. 5:30 left to go in the second quarter. It's Oregon City 14, McMinnville 10. You're listening to the KLYC Game of the Week. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local, locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School. What are you saving for? It's a good question because big dreams are financed by smart savings, and there's no better time to start saving than when you're young. That's why First Federal waives monthly service fees and minimum balance requirements for account holders under 18 years of age. So skip or run to First Federal because your big dreams of tomorrow really do start with saving today. Your friends at First Federal are ready to help you invest in your tomorrows. First Federal, we're here for you.
All right, as we come back to action, it is 3rd down and 4. Oregon City with the ball. And they run. They're going to run a little screen play, drop it off to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to get it inside the 15, going to stop on a dime, but then throw him backwards. Good job defensively after they allowed him to get the first down by Rubedo, but it's going to be a first down for the Pioneers. Nice job on the screen play.
A little bit of McMinnville's own medicine, Brian. They ran 3 of those early on in the first quarter, and it worked to perfection for McMinnville. Well, this time they just dump it out in the flat out there with 3 big linemen out front of the wide receiver, and he's able to make a nice gain of 7. But more importantly, the first down keeps the drive going.
Jeff, we'll have scores coming up here in a few moments, but one you want to pass along quickly. Newburgh trailing big to Canby, 28-0. Ouch. Our Tigers struggling over there. All righty, here we go. Hall hands it off. He does to Bradford. He's going to roll on around the right side, and he's going to be hit back and going to be back to about the 20, trying to figure it out, Jeff. 18-yard line from this far side. Coach Hill's talking to the officials and making him move. That's why I wasn't quite sure, but they're going to mark
the 17.
The 17-yard line. All right, with 4:35 to go. Now, if you're Oregon City, 2nd down and 10, you're on the 17, you want to take some time off the clock as well. And that's exactly what they're doing, slowly coming out. Nice thumbs up, Jeff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Trips here on the near side. Jeff's always had a thumb for radio. And Hall.
And a face.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but you did. Hall drops back, and he fakes it, double pumps, he throws, and he throws to a sliding receiver, and they're going to say he caught it. And it is going to be a catch there by Odes. And it's going to bring up 3rd down now, and they do mark it. Let's see, at the 11-yard line. So good reception. That was a great play to go out there and lay out for that ball and come up with it.
A beautiful play right along the sideline, right in front of the official. What a better place to get the call made for you.
Only thing that was bad about that, Jeff, is it stops the clock with 4:11 to go. Here we go. It's going to be a handoff. Villarreal Ferguson breaks through, and he is taken down. He's not going to get a first down. May have got a 2 yards to the 10-yard line. Going to bring up 4th down now and about 3. And here comes the field goal kicking team now with 3:53 to go. Good job there by the defense to stand up to them and not allow them to get a touchdown anyway as they come on to kick the field goal. On to kick is Canchola. Canchola places it at the 18, so a 28-yard field goal. Here's the snap. It's good. The kick is a little bit wobbly, a little bit to the left, and it is no good. Well, there's a defensive stand for the Grizzlies with 3:29 left to go in the half. It is now Oregon City 14 and Grizzlies still 10. And, Jeff, your defense stepped up, and they stepped up big to come up with the stop. And you get a field goal that's missed, and that's maybe the break they need.
Well, that is definitely a big break, Brian. It might be the break they need to go down and take the lead going into halftime with 3:29. Certainly enough time, kind of looking out there to see who's coming in at quarterback. And that looks to be like Gage Gabrud.
It is. He's there. Markham's still on the sideline. Hopefully Gabrud is going to be okay, and he's throwing in pain. Hands off to Wint. He's going to try to break it up. He gets his uniform taken down, and his shoulder pad flings out as he gets a gain of about 8 yards. Nice run there by Nate Wint.
Nate Wint is running hard, Brian. 32 yards on 3 carries. He came to play tonight.
Yes, he did. He did a good job. He's going to stay in there. Coming out of the game will be Clevenger for the Grizzlies. Went single coverage here on the near side. Out there on coverage on him is Jonathan Marquette. Gabrud, shotgun formation. They're going to hand it off to Silver. Silver's going to break it. Stop at 25. Going to stop and goes, and he fights his way and just flings himself to the 32-yard line. Nice job by Silver. This defense of Oregon City, you can see how fast they are, Jeff.
Well, and that play is designed to kind of set up a wall along the near side, Brian. Get your big players out in front speed-wise, but Oregon City matched that speed and held Silver that time to the 5-yard gain, but more importantly, a first down.
2:38 and counting to go in the half. Grizzlies on their own 32. They do trail by 4, 14-10 to Oregon City. Trips on the near side, they throw, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Scanlon, and Scanlon didn't quite run the route. Didn't expect the pass either to come to him, and it's going to be incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Looked like Scanlon turned left, and the ball came to the right, and really one of the worst throws that we've seen Gage Gabrud throw tonight, Brian, is that it was going to take a Herculean effort. Is that the right word I want to say?
That's it. I think that's it.
You're the English teacher.
Oh. English teacher.
Yeah.
3 trips on the far side, and here's the pass to Rubedo. He catches it inside the 35, make it the 36 before taken down there. Good job defensively once again there by Marquette. Couple scores to pass along to you. Jesuit on top of Crater, 14-0. It's Southridge on top of West Lynn, 14-7, and Glencoe on top of West Salem. A little bit surprising, 21-13. We'll have more scores at the half for you. 2 minutes to go here in the quarter, in the first half from Oregon City. Gabrud, he's going to roll to the right. He's got some blockers, so he's going to throw it. Has Wint, he catches it near midfield, and he gets it. He stays in at the 48-yard line of the Pioneers. Wint, you're right, Jeff, has stepped up big today.
Huge 16-yard pass play, just a sprint out to the right side, Brian, with basically one receiver in the pattern, that being Wint. Good coverage, but a better catch by Wint, and keeps the ball alive. And, Brian, that's the 11th first down in the half for McMinnville.
Ramos, lone receiver here on the near side. Wentz also here on the near side, I should say. As they come out, Gabrud's going to roll to the right. Has a little bit of time. He looks. He's going to keep it, going to tuck it, going to roll, going to go out of bounds. Smart play out near the 41. They're going to mark him at the 40. If that's it, that's a good spot for him. And it is going to be marked at the 40-yard line. And a nice job there to stop the clock with 1:20 to go. Smart play by the senior quarterback.
Well, that's what you expect from him, Brian. You do have 2 timeouts if you're McMinnville still, but, if you're close to the sideline, get out of bounds and stop that clock. I like what McMinnville's doing right here, running the ball and keeping Oregon City's defense kind of on their toes.
Rubedo on the far side, and looking for him is this crossing pattern, and it's incomplete. Going to be really close there to, if they don't throw a flag, it's perfect timing. They took timing there by the defender, and it's going to bring up 3rd down now and about 2 with 1:17 to go.
I think that was perfect timing. It was a quick break on the ball by Clay Valenzuela-Reese, and he got to Rubedo right as the ball got to him and popped it out of there. Would have been enough for a first down, however. The clock is stopped. 3rd and 3.
Ramos over on the far side. Silver as well. Now here comes Wint going to the far side as well. Gabrud looks. He's got pressure. It's a little screen play, and it is caught, but it's snuffed out. Silver goes forward. Good job there by Silver just to drag the defender, and he drags them inside the 35 down to the 33. I believe that was Vandehey who was there. Smart play, and unfortunately could not get him down.
Beautiful, quick hitter, Brian, on the slant.
Here comes Gabrud, dropping back, throws to the sideline, and it is caught, and it's going to be out of bounds by Ramos. A quick play to stop the clock with 1:02 left to go in the quarter.
Just a 4-yard quick out. You know what? You'll take 4 yards and quick outs right here, Brian. Has really a nice rhythm going for McMinnville, mixing up the passes and the runs.
Call it 2nd down and 6. That's the least important part of it, though. The ball's on the 29-yard line. Gabrud drops back, looks to the center, and it is a little screen play to Scanlon. Scanlon gets inside the 15, 20, still on his feet, going to be taken down as there's a push in the back. Rubedo just got totally hammered in the back there. Pushing him was Christopher Menges. Menges maybe showing a little frustration there as he's going to run off the field and get a scolding, I think, there by the coaching staff, and that's exactly what the call was against.
And so tack that on from the 17-yard line, half the distance. So you got a 12-yard pass play to Silver, and then another 6 yards or so, or 5 yards down to the 11-yard line. Is that what that's on?
It's like maybe the 12, but it's somewhere in there. Here we go. Once again, Scanlon, and they throw in the far side. Looking for Rubedo. They go up, incomplete. Good job there defensively, knocking down the ball for the Pioneers. And I believe that was Valenzuela Reese, who's come up big in this first half for the Pioneers. He's looked good.
He went up high, Brian, and did the smart thing. He knew he wasn't going to be able to intercept it, so don't let it go through your hands to get to the wide receiver. Just bat it down, and he did a great job on that play.
Now he's 5'10", Rubedo's 6'3". Reese won that first battle.
Yeah, he went way high and had some hops to knock that down.
All righty, here we go now. 42 seconds to go. It is 2nd and 10, ball at the 12. Grizzlies trail by 4. They roll to the right. Is Gabrud. He tries to throw it in there, and it's incomplete. It was a nice route right there at the pylon. The ball was there, and Rubedo just could not come up with the reception. He claps his hands. Excuse me, that's not Rubedo. That was Ramos, and Ramos was like, I should have had that. He should have.
It looked to me like he did have it for a split second, but you got to have it more than a split second. You got to have control all the way to the ground. And 3rd and 10, 35 seconds to go. Big play.
All righty, they come up. Trips here on the near side. Scanlon in the backfield. Gabrud, shotgun formation. He's got some time, rolling to the right, looking, and across the field. He's got pressure now. Going to have to eat it. He's just going to throw it to the back of the end zone. He's got to watch out, and it's almost intercepted. Good job there to knock it out there by Ramos. And the partisan press box goes crazy up here, and they thought he did intercept it. It's incomplete, and the Grizzlies will come on to kick the field goal. They'll bring on Bannister.
Well, he already made one from 30 yards, Brian. Why not put up another one from 29 here at 26 seconds to go, right in the middle of the field? We know he's got the leg.
Just a reminder, we will have scores for you at halftime here on the KLYC Halftime Show. Bring you all the action from around the state of Oregon. Here comes the kick. It's a 29-yarder officially. The kick is long enough, way long enough, and it's good enough, as we like to say. And the Grizzlies have cut the lead to 1 now with 22 seconds to go in the half. It's now Oregon City 14, McMinnville 13, as the Grizzlies are keeping up a nice fight here in this first half against a tough Oregon City team, the winners of the Three Rivers Conference.
Well, the way this game started with 2 what I would call easy drives for Oregon City, come out and move down the field and put big yards up on the field and quick points, I thought, oh boy, we're in for a long night. Well, 13-14 at halftime looks really good, Brian.
I don't want to give you all the scores at halftime, but we'll give it to you at halftime. But we do have Canby 28 and Newburgh nothing, and it says box score already. I don't think that's...
that can't be over yet.
No, it shouldn't be over yet. It is 28-0, scoring 14 points in both the first and second quarter. Newburgh having their hands full. Canby comes in, Jeff, at 4-5.
Canby kind of down this year, but Brian, they're always tough. They're always well prepared.
They're a tough league too.
And Doty always has them playing hard, and kudos to them. They get to host yet another home football game for the playoffs. It seems like they're always hosting.
Well, whatever works for you, right? And it's like, alrighty, as we get ready to, this is going to be a scary one. Bannister can kick it off, but they've got some guys that can return. You've got Trevin Bradford. You've got to be careful. They aren't going to try to kick it to him. It's going to bounce, and it's going to be tipped, and then finally picked up there by Van de Hey.
Ooh.
And Van de Hey is hit once, twice. He's got to be careful. Otherwise, he's going to lose the ball. Big hits by the Grizzlies, and they come up celebrating with 15 seconds to go in the half. Wow,
you're right. He almost gave up that ball.
Yeah.
The way the defense came in there to kick off coverage team for McMinnville. Now they're going to play a safety-type defense here, Brian, as they're going to drop probably 3 or 4 defensive backs 15, 20 yards back from the line of scrimmage. Don't get beat here.
Oh, they do drop back. Cameron Markham's going to be back. Also back there is going to be Clevenger. And you've got to put Scanlon back there as well, as they have Hall. Trips on the far side, going to go here to the near side. It is caught there by Burge. Burge goes across the middle. He's hit once, he's hit twice, inside the 30, and that takes it down to 8 seconds, and they hurry up to the line of scrimmage. And they come up. They want to get one more or maybe two more shots at it. Here comes Hall, drops back. He throws to the inside now, and it is caught and going to roll across the 40. You got to watch out. Flag comes flying in, and the ball is caught by Casey Lopez. Lopez scoots inside the 40, down near the 44, and the penalty is going to go against Oregon City. Coach McGurvan's saying, hey, we want to decline it. We just want to be done with the half, and they will decline it, and that will end the first half of play. And what a half it has been. Jeff, we are in the playoffs. We are in the first round. Wow, what a great first half. At halftime, it is Oregon City 14, McMinnville 13. What a great half of play here by the Grizzlies to come up both offensively. They do what they need to do, but defensively, they really impressed me after the first couple of drives of Oregon City.
Well, they could have easily had their heads down, Brian. Could have given up the ghost, so to speak, but they didn't. Coach Robin Hill, of course, we know he's been here many times in the state playoffs. Championship level coach, brought a team to a championship when he was at Sprague. He knows how to get things done. He knows how to motivate the players. He knows when to get excited and not to get excited. And I think his demeanor on the sideline really helped the kids settle in, Brian, and the defense step up and the offense get going.
All righty. We are here at halftime. It is the halftime show here on AM 1260 KLYC. Glad to have you on this beautiful Friday night. And we'll take a break and we'll bring you scores from around the state, and then we'll have the stats man step in, give you stats also from this game. Once again, our scores, Oregon City 14, McMinnville 13. You're listening to the KLYC halftime show. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend. Someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903. 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Let's get a check on traffic with Rachel.
Thanks, Dan. It's a mess out there. This storm is making today's commute a real nightmare.
Cars are just slipping and sliding all over the road.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab. Doing the right thing since 1952.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local, locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School.
Back here at Oregon City High School, where it's our halftime show here in the OSAA state playoffs. It's the home team, the Pioneers 14, and the visitors from McMinnville 13, in a fun first half. Pioneers scored all their points in the first quarter. Grizzlies scored all their points in the second quarter. It's been a back-and-forth seesaw type of game tonight, and Oregon City looked really good coming right out of the gate, but since the end of the first quarter really have struggled to move the ball, have been the recipient of some tough penalty calls on them too that have kind of helped stall some drives. We'll look at some of the first half statistics. First, for the home team, the Oregon City Pioneers, coached by Bruce Reese. John Hall, their starting quarterback, has had a good first half. 10 of 13, 189 yards, 1 touchdown, 77% completion percentage in the football game tonight. Trayvon Bradford's carried the ball 2 times for 7 yards. John Hall was sacked 1 time for a loss of 3. Connor Mitchell, kind of the go-to running back in the backfield for the Oregon City Pioneers. 8 under 6 yards per carry, and Anthony Corby has 1 carry for 6 yards in the first half. A lot of different receivers get to touch the ball in this offense by Bruce Reed. Led tonight by Trayvon Bradford, has 3 receptions for 86 yards and a touchdown. That's averaging 29 yards per reception. Hunter Knighton, 1 reception for 10. Matthew Oates, 2 receptions for 46 yards. Tanner Smith, 1 for 14. Connor Mitchell, 1 for 7. Tristan Burge, 1 for 14. And Casey Lopez, 1 for 12. First half total offense for Oregon City, 250 yards. 189 through the air, 61 on the ground. They ran 28 plays in that first half, 14 rushing and 14 passing plays total. They averaged 4.4 on the rush and 13.5 when there was a completion. No turnovers in the first half, 3 penalties for 25 yards. They got 7 first downs, and they started the ball on the average starting position, the 25-yard line tonight for Oregon City. We look at the McMinnville Grizzlies, coached by Robin Hill. Gage Gabrud, he's kind of been up and down. He'll hit a couple in a row, then miss a couple in a row. He's 12 of 22. That's 55%. 112 yards through the air. More importantly, no interceptions. Cameron Markham did come in to play 2 snaps in that first half for McMinnville, but he was not required to throw the ball. He just ran a couple plays while Gage Gabrud was getting his shoulder worked on after a tackle here on the near side. Gage Gabrud's carried the ball 7 times for 39 yards, averaging 5.6 yards per carry. Nate Wendt, 3 carries, 32 yards, 10.7 yards per carry. Tanner Scanlon, 3 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown. Zach Silver, 5 carries, 16 yards on the night tonight. Tanner Scanlon's caught 2 passes for 28 yards. Zach Silver has caught 3 passes for 27 yards. Nate Wendt, 2 passes for 32 yards. Grant Rubidoux, 2 passes for 9 yards. And Darby Ramos, 3 receptions for 16 yards tonight. 1 punt in that first half for McMinnville. That a 32-yard punt by Gage Gabrud. 13 first downs in the first half. 2 penalties for 20 yards. Average starting position tonight for the Grizzlies, the 33-yard line, and one of their drives started at the 31-yard line of the home team, the Oregon City Pioneers. We look at some of the scoring drives, or we'll look at all of the scoring drives, not just some of them. I always say we'll look at some of the scoring drives, but let's recap all the scoring drives. Oregon City took the opening kickoff. They went on a 6-play, 67-yard drive that took a minute and 15 seconds or a minute and 55 seconds off the clock. It was a 9-yard touchdown run by Connor Mitchell. Kick was good, and with 10:05 to go in the first quarter, it was 7-0. McMinnville went on a nice drive, but it really stalled. They were down to the 29-yard line of Oregon City, and then they had a penalty and a big sack that took them back. They had a 2nd and 38, unable to convert, and they had to punt the ball back to Oregon City. Oregon City then took the ensuing kick punt from their own 17-yard line. They went 5 plays, 83 yards in a minute and 44 seconds. It was a 28-yard touchdown pass from John Hall to Trevor Bradford. And the kick there was also good. And with 3:07 to go in the first quarter, I was beginning to think Oregon City was going to start walking away with this thing because it was 14-0 and really seemed like Oregon City was rolling. McMinnville took over, as I mentioned, with 3:07 to go in the first quarter. They went on a 14-play drive down to the 12-yard line of Oregon City. The big play on that one was a 4th and 12 fake punt that Gage Gabrud was able to convert on, and he ran down and picked up a huge first down, kept the drive alive. Then Bannister came in and made a 30-yard field goal that probably would have been good from 50. And with 11:03 to go in the second quarter, that drive took 4 minutes and 4 seconds, and they went 65 yards to get the field goal. It was 14-3 McMinnville. McMinnville then took their next time they had the ball, started at 9:53 to go in the second quarter. They went 31 yards in 5 plays. It was a 2-yard touchdown run by Tanner Scanlon. The kick was up and good, and Oregon City now only led 14-0. Oregon City then took their next drive. They went on a drive that took just under 5 minutes. They went from their own 29-yard line down to the 10, attempted a 28-yard field goal, but it was wide left, and there was no points up on the board. McMinnville then took over and went on a 14-play, 68-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. Again, a 29-yard field goal this time by Bannister, and that's where our halftime score is, 14-13. We are live from Oregon City High School Football Stadium in the heart of Oregon City, up on the bluff, and it is 14-13. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Leave a message, and I will call you back as soon as I can.
Hey, honey, it's me. Listen, I kind of slid into a snowbank on the way home. Looks like I'm going to be a little bit late for dinner.
Happy anniversary.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local. Locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School. What are you saving for? It's a good question because big dreams are financed by smart savings, and there's no better time to start saving than when you're young. That's why First Federal waives monthly service fees and minimum balance requirements for account holders under 18 years of age. So skip or run to First Federal because your big dreams of tomorrow really do start with saving today. Your friends at First Federal are ready to help you invest in your tomorrows. First Federal, we're here for you.
As we come back here to the KLYC halftime show, Brian Harris along with Jeff Ivey. And we've got a couple of minutes, about 4 minutes before we start the second half. Plenty of time to go through some of the scores from around the state. Of course, Jeff gave you all the stats and all the highlights from a great first half of football. Here we go with the scores from around the state. Jesuit all over Crater. Of course, Jesuit, one of the favorites to win it all this year. They are dominating Crater right now by a score of 35-7. Sunset, they're trailing to Lake O by a score of 7-0. Last score we had, Lake Ridge 21, North Medford 10. Southridge, pretty much, well, it is the same score we have here. It's 14-13 over West Lynn. That game is at Southridge. Beaverton, they are ahead of Sprague. That's a game at Sprague. It's 13-6. Newburgh trailing to Canby. Of course, you can hear that game if you'd like. Also on our website, go to KLYC.us or OregonPulse.com. But it's Newburgh trailing 28-0. Last score we had. Tualatin and Centennial, no score from there. Sheldon as hosting Lincoln, and right now they're tied up at 21. Central Catholic 7, Century 0. That game is at Central Catholic. McNary and Roseburg all tied up at 7. West Salem trailing to Glencoe by a score of 21-13. It's a low at 0, and they're at Clackamas. Clackamas has got 16. Reynolds trailing, or actually they're ahead against North Medford. That score is 7-0. And it's Westview trailing to Grants Pass 14-0, and we do not have a score from the Gresham Tiger game, however. So that's what we have right now. Just to let you know, the winner of this ball game will take on the winner between North Medford and Reynolds. And right now, Reynolds, well, they're not favored. They're the 26th ranked team in this 32-team tournament. North Medford, number 7. And we'll have to keep an eye on that one because right now Reynolds has the lead 7-0. And the winner of this game over McMinnville and Oregon City will play the winner of Reynolds North Medford. Other games to talk about, we've got Dayton, of course, the number 1 ranked team in the 3A division. They are at home. They are hosting Coquille tonight. We do not have a score from them. However, we get a score from that. We will pass that along to you. But it's Dayton hosting Coquille tonight. Also, I want to remind you that we have football tomorrow. Linfield College, they will be hosting UPS. Yes, the University of Puget Sound, the Loggers, having a tough year this year. UPS is, in fact, they have, 1 win on the season. They're 1-6 overall, 0-4 in conference, Northwest Conference, taking on the number 2 team in the nation, the Linfield Wildcats, who, of course, are undefeated, 58 consecutive winning seasons, 4-0 in the Northwest Conference. It is the annual Hall of Fame game at home tomorrow, so some big festivities there. Should be fun for Wildcat fans, and you can hear all the action here in AM 1260 KLYC with the pregame show starting at 1 o'clock, and the kickoff will be at 1:30. Of course, let's talk a little bit about Linfield. They defeated Willamette big last week by a score of 56-15. Quarterback Josh Yoder had 175 yards on the ground. So did Josh Hill. He ran for 164 yards, and they just dominated that game against Willamette last week.
I just turned down free hot dogs.
You turned down free hot dogs?
I don't know.
Huh? Good call.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but
wow,
I had to run up the stairs. I got stuck in the team coming out, and I almost got pummeled. And
that was you they were talking about. Okay, I understand.
Sorry about that. What I missed?
We just gave scores, and
sweet.
we're talking about Dayton Coquille. We're talking about Linfield.
We got a Dayton Coquille score?
No score yet. So the number 1 team, Dayton, taking on the number 16 Coquille. If we do get that score, we'll pass it along to you, and you can always check back on the website too at KLYC.us. We got our brackets, Jeff. You and I filled them out today.
How do we look?
Yeah, it looks pretty similar, actually.
Did it?
And we'll go through it, and we'll keep you updated. Maybe it'll be kind of fun to see how we do throughout the rest of the playoffs.
All I'm saying is Willamina is not going to make it very far. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're pinning that to somebody in particular.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a second half kickoff coming up. We're a couple minutes away. You're listening to the KLYC halftime show. Don't go away. Exciting second half coming up after this 2-minute timeout.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend. Someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903. 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Let's get a check on traffic with Rachel.
Thanks, Dan. It's a mess out there. This storm is making today's commute a real nightmare.
Cars are just slipping and sliding all over the road.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab. Doing the right thing since 1952.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local. Locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School.
All righty, as we come back here and we get ready for the kickoff, it's going to be exciting if they can own the defense, Jeff.
That's right.
That's going to be the key to the Grizzlies.
And get at least 2 more points on the board.
Yeah, you're right. They got to score at least one more time. You're right. but they've got to stop this Oregon City team, which after the first couple of possessions they did, and then a fake punt, which was may have ill-advised, may have hurt them and given the Grizzlies a little bit of a chance.
Right.
But they've got to make some stops, and you're right, they've got to put up at least 2 more points. But the thing is, the Grizzlies get the ball to start the second half, and here's what's going to happen. Silver's going to take it at the 5-yard line. He's going to stutter step, going to be hit once, going to be hit twice, and drops back to 17. And really not great field position for the Grizzlies, who haven't had great field position too often, except for the fake punt. They had to turn over on downs.
Right. They've started at their own 33-yard line on the average tonight, Brian. But this ball, you said it's 17. Yep. Boy, those lines on the far side of the field are a little hard to read.
It's really hard because you don't have the chain crew on the far side, which we're usually accustomed to. And makes it a little bit more difficult, but makes it fun, too. Gabrud will be in at quarterback. Remember, had a little injury and came out for a couple plays. Markham came in, but Gabrud came back out onto the field, and he's going to roll, going to look, going to throw to Silver. Silver's going to take it up, has a blocker, and then he'll be flung down. Good job there getting in there defensively by Valenzuela. Reese, he comes up limping. Reese does. He's going to have to come out of the game. He has had himself a great ball game, Jeff. Too bad to see him get off the field like that. Yeah. And so does Silver come off. You're right.
But that was a nice play. Right out into the flat, quick pass, right on target. Silver picks up 12 and a first down. Like to see that right out of the get-go, though, Brian. Get your quarterback some confidence with a nice, easy pass that he doesn't have to feel rushed to deliver.
All right, Silver is going to stay on the sideline. So is Reese Valenzuela on the far side. Here comes Gabrud under center. And they're going to hand it off. Going to go to Scanlon. Scanlon's going to fight his way to the right side. Going to get across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And Rubedo gets thrown to the ground back there at the 40. And he throws his hands up like, wait a minute. And Easton Christensen comes over and says, hey, I'll help you up for Oregon City. Yeah. It was kind of hilarious. Kind of made Rubedo kind of look funny out there as well.
There's no crying in football. That's all I'm going to say.
Second down and 7 now. Ball at the 32-yard line. We're just at the 11-minute mark, first possession of the second half. Glad to have you here at AM 1260, KLYC McMinnville. Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey here tonight from Oregon City High School. Here comes Gabrud, a little play action, going to get flushed out. He's got to get rid of it. He's going to go backward. He's got a little bit of time now. Looking, going to throw a wild one. As a receiver, it is up, and it is caught there by Darby Ramos. Nice reception. Good job inside the 30. They're going to mark him at the 27-yard line. Ramos goes up big. Another big reception, Jeff. He couldn't catch the easy one, but he's caught 3 tough ones so far tonight.
Well, 52 yards on that. And you know what caused that, Brian, was the feet of Gage Gabrud to have the awareness to know where to spin and to run around and to then plant and throw off the front foot, get your whole body into it. Beautiful throw and better catch.
All righty, a tight formation, play action again. They got Rubedo open. He doesn't see him. Then he throws it, and then he just throws it away. Rubedo was there for a split second, and then it closed really quickly. Bradford got there pretty quickly for Oregon City, as well as Knighton. And Gabrud doing the smart thing and throwing it away.
Well, that's 176 yards through the air now for Gage Gabrud on the night. 14 of 25. Brian, he's doing pretty good job there. As I noticed Darby Ramos running out to the far side. Got a little hitch in his giddy-up. Hopefully that's nothing serious, but lined up wide to the right.
Gabrud taking his time. 10-19 to go in the third quarter. Here comes the handoff, double handoff. Silver gives it to Wint. Wint's going to go forward inside the 20, 15, still on his feet, gets the first down or more, down to the 12-yard line. There's that wing tee and the double handoff, and it's working tonight. They've done it 4 or 5 different times to success.
Well, 16 yards again. It seems like every time Nate Went touches the ball, it's 16 yards, Brian. He has 2 receptions for 32 yards, each one 16, and now he's got 4 carries for 48 yards, so just under that 16 per carry, per touch average.
Ramos and Wint in motion. Wint going to go now in motion to the far side. And Gabrud rolls to the right. He's looking for him. He stops. He plants. Goes across the center. In and out of the hands of Rubedo. Incomplete. Not a good job there by the route, Jeff, because you had Ramos and Rubedo pretty much meeting at the exact same spot. And in fact, Ramos kind of put his hands down like, is that for me or not?
Yeah, and the other thing that I noticed on that one, Brad, I don't think Gage had to throw it as hard as he did. I think if he would have put a little less zip on it, whoever that wide receiver was in the wrong place may have come up with the pass.
Went and Ramos on the far side, Silver as well for the Grizzlies. Gabrud rolls to the right, going to give him some time by Rowan. He looks. He's going to keep it, and he's just going to go out of bounds. Smart play. You thought there might be a little bit more there, but he ran out of bounds, and we'll mark him out at the 10-yard line. And let's see, he's going to be
third and
about 10.
They changed it to 9. Yep.
All right. So now Gabrud's going to come over here and talk to Coach Hill, and they're going to try to develop something. Now, one thing that does, Jeff, is it opens up this whole side of the field, and that's partly why they ran over to that far side, knowing that the next play they'll try to run something over here.
I'd look for that double handoff again, Brian. That's worked both times that they've run it tonight for big yards.
Rubedo by himself, 6'3" against 5'10". Gabrud's going to go for it. Throw it to Rubedo, in and out of his hands, incomplete. It was there, and Clay Valenzuela-Reese gets up there and gives the little incomplete motion, and then he gives it over to the sidelines. A little bit taunting there, but officials aren't going to call that one. 9:36 to go, and you're going to bring Bannister out to kick the extra point once again.
Those are the plays you got to make, though, Brian. That ball was right where it needed to be.
Dropped 2 of them already.
Yep.
Tough.
Would have been a first down, if not a touchdown.
Cameron Markham going to hold. Bannister on to kick the extra point. The field goal. It's going to be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Snap is good. The kick is high enough. It's long enough, and it is good enough. Well, the Grizzlies got those points we talked about, Jeff. They got them early with 9:33 left to go in the third. Grizzlies lead 16-14 over the Oregon City Pioneers. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
All right, kids, let's hear it.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
The horse knows the way to carry the snow.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
U.S. Bank can help you get the home you want, whether you're a first-time buyer,
How are the restaurants?
a growing family,
How are the schools?
or an empty nester.
How's the fishing?
U.S. Bank offers a variety of home mortgage products for whatever stage of life you're in.
I love the dramatic staircase.
That's way too many stairs.
Apply today at any U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/mortgage, or call toll-free 855-434-HOME. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Mortgage loans subject to credit approval. Interest rates and program terms are subject to change without notice. Mortgage loans offered through U.S. Bank National Association, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
As we come back here, the kick goes into the end zone, and Oregon City will take it out at the 20-yard line with 9:33 to go. All righty, here on the near side is Oates, and Hall looks for and drops, looks to the left and throws to the left. As a receiver, it is caught over on the far side at the 35-yard line. Going to be a 15-yard reception there by Burge. Nice job there. Nice pass there by Hall once again.
No, I was right on target. I was going to say, though, that there was like 4 wide receivers within 5 yards of the play, but Burge did a nice job of bringing down the reception for the first down.
Remember, Hall is only a sophomore, guys. You've got Mitchell in there and Bradford, all sophomores. This is a young Pioneer team, and they won the Three Rivers League Conference this year, so they're going to be tough for a few years. Handoff once again going to go to Mitchell. Mitchell stutter steps, gets across the 40, gets a gain of 7 yards to the 41-yard line.
Nice patient running right up the middle. Waited for a defender from McMinnville to make a wrong move and then cut it to the left and picks up, what are they going to give him, 7 yards there on the play. So that's going to bring him up over 50 yards on 9 carries tonight for Connor Mitchell.
For over 55 years, Les Schwab Tires has been committed to providing their customers the most for their tire dollar. Price, value, and selection. Les Schwab Tires doing the right thing since 1952. All righty, here they come under center, second down now, and Hall hands it off to Mitchell. He goes, and he gets about a yard, and then Rubedo flings him down, and then a flag comes in from the referee, and that's going to be on the tackle there, Jeff, and not really a horse collar. Not quite sure what you call that one. The officials are going to talk to each other, trying to figure it out, and right now Rubedo's struggling a little bit. It's all four of the five are talking about it, but Rubedo is struggling a little bit, Jeff, and on the offensive side, now defensive side.
Call face mask?
He didn't have a face mask, and now the official is going to come over and talk to Coach Hill, and they're going to say grab the back of his helmet. So is the face mask part of the helmet? Yes, but not on the back. So I don't think the official knew exactly what to call.
Oh, he made something up there, if you ask me. But hey, you gotta deal with it. You gotta roll with the punches. And McMinnville, that's only the third penalty of the game, Brian. So
gets it to the 48-yard line, 8:33 and counting after the face masking penalty. And shotgun formation, hand off to Mitchell. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage, but breaks out of the tackle, goes forward, and nice run there of 3 yards when he should have had nothing. He is very sleek, slippery. Slippery. There you go. You know, I joke about the play, the call by the official. I know a guy who almost got thrown out of a freshman game as a PA announcer because he said another flag on the field.
Who would that be? I think I was at that game, actually.
Yeah, you would have seen me almost get thrown out then.
Yeah, I think. Well, that wouldn't have been the first time.
Well, there we go. We're at the middle center. We're at the
we
middle
were
of
in the
field.
front row, is all I'm saying.
At the 50-yard line, dropping back is Hall, throws across the center. It is caught and being hit is Odes. Odes paid the price, and he gets up, and once again, very happy with his accomplishments. He's down to the 32-yard line.
Well, all day for Jonathan Hall to stand there, Brian, in the pocket. He's now 12 of 15 passing tonight for 220 yards. And when you have that kind of time, you're going to find a wide receiver come open, and Odes did it again.
All righty, Mitchell back in the backfield. Is this defense bending, not breaking now? We'll see. Hall has some time. Throws to the end zone, has a receiver, and it is caught. And he goes, and he gets to the score. Looks like he did. They're going to say touchdown. And it is a catch there by Matthew Odes, and he gets into the end zone, 33 yards. It's the partisan press box erupts here, and a nice job there by Hall.
Well, it was a beautiful throw, and the question was going to be whether the defender on the far side could make the tackle. That was on an island, Nathan Clevenger, and he made the tackle, but Odes able to fall over the pylon for the touchdown.
On kick, the extra point is Chicola. And the kick is up, and the kick is high enough, and the kick is good for Canchola. 7:23 left to go in the third quarter. It's Oregon City. They regain the lead. It's 21-16 over McMinnville. Don't go away. We'll be back after this 1 minute timeout.
What are you saving for? It's a good question because big dreams are financed by smart savings, and there's no better time to start saving than when you're young. That's why First Federal waives monthly service fees and minimum balance requirements for account holders under 18 years of age. So skip or run to First Federal because your big dreams of tomorrow really do start with saving today. Your friends at First Federal are ready to help you invest in your tomorrows. First Federal. We're here for you. If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville.
As we come back to Oregon City, we've got people all around the state giving us scores. In fact, your daughter in on the action, Jeff.
Yeah, we got Sprague 20 and Beaverton 13 on a pick 6.
That is huge, as Canchola kicks the ball, and it is taken at about the 5-yard line by Scanlon. Just goes right through the middle, breaks one tackle, second tackle, and almost broke a third, and it gets to the 28-yard line as Silver gets thrown into the pile. He's not happy, but he comes up, and the Grizzlies will take it as they place it about the 24-yard line.
I would definitely say things getting a little bit chippy out there, Brian, for both teams.
Want to say hello. Dan Russell just texted us saying hello. So hello, Dan, listening in from Redmond tonight, checking out his McMinnville Grizzlies. At the 29-yard line. Correct that as they hand it off. Here is Witt. He's going to try to break it. Gets to the 30, 32, and then he's taken out of bounds. Good job there defensively there by Wyatt Griffith. The senior knocks him out of bounds. But not before there was a gain there of about 4 or 5 yards.
Well, just went to the sideline, just kept stringing it out, turning it up a little bit. And he did a good job, Brian, of protecting the football as the Oregon City defenders were coming in trying to strip it from him.
All righty, now as they come out there, the Grizzlies tighten. And the 2 receivers here on the shallow side, and we've got a timeout maybe on the far side. Official's going to come in and talk to the head official, and now they're going to discuss and maybe further discuss the something. Maybe they want to figure out really what a face mask is or isn't.
Look up the rule book.
I think they're going to talk over to Coach Reese there, and they have a question, and they're going to try to figure it out. And while we have a second.
Just like that is 2020 Sprague Beaverton.
There you go. Want the latest information on your favorite high school teams? Log on to OSAA.org and the OSAA Score Center. The OSAA Score Center has schedules, scores, and official rankings for all member schools and all team sports. At OSAA.org, you'll also find playoff brackets, broadcast schedules, and historical records. For more information, visit OSAA.org.
Oh, I was just listening to the announcer, Brian. There was a whistle being blown on the far sideline of the Oregon City team, maybe causing McMinnville to stop on plays. So they gave him a sideline warning.
All right, hopefully that'll figure things out as the Grizzlies come up here, 2nd down and 6. 6:30 and counting. Went in motion to the far side. Brood hands it off, and it goes here to Scanlon. He goes forward, breaks the tackle, and then he is ganged up, and he's going to get, they mark him where he was, about the 38-yard line. Let's see where the official comes up there, and one give him a really good spot, and it's going to be close to the first down. It's going to be a 3rd down, they're going to say. I really think he got a good spot outside the 38, close to the between 38 and 39.
Was that the 38.5-yard line?
No, there is no 38.5-yard line.
Per our discussion last week at the Beaver game, yes.
Yes.
It was good.
There's no 1-foot line.
Yeah. It's
inside the 1.
That's right. Short of the goal line.
Yes. We have some of the most interesting discussions, don't we? All righty, far side is Wint. Here on the near side is Scanlon. We've got movement all over there, and not happy and frustrated with himself is Zachary Merwin. Merwin just jumped a little bit, and he had a bead too, and is going to bring offsides against Oregon City. And you've got
5 officials up here in the press box.
as they go, and they're going to give it to Oregon City and continue the clock with 5:37 to go. That was a big play there for McMinnville to get that first down, Jeff, trailing by 5. In fact, all positions are going to be big here for the Grizzlies because they need to stop them offensively. And really, if you look at the stats, they've done that pretty well.
They've done a decent job, Brian. It's been the big plays that have killed them tonight on defense, actually.
All righty, Wentz over on the far side, and he's going to come down here to the near side. Going to hand it off, and he's going to throw a little screen to Silver. Silver's going to get it. He's going to break up. He's going to be hit from behind, and he's going to get about 5 yards to the 59-yard line. They defend that screen pretty well, really, because they use it all the time, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 5. Just another note, Dan wanted to say hello, and also Kelsey and Lindsay.
Yes.
I want to say hello to them listening in.
And I just want to let them know
that
we're not playing Canadian football where there's a 59-yard line.
All righty. We're at the 49-yard line. Did I say that?
Yes.
All right, perfect. You're going to find that audio clip, aren't you? You're going to keep that one under my
I just want to make sure that they know we're not playing Canadian football.
Well, 49-yard line. Trips over on the far side. Gebrude takes it. He's going to keep it. He's going to roll here on the near side. He's got 4 guys going after him. He's got to think about it. He's going to be pushed, and they tackled out of bounds, and it's going to be a loss. And Gebrude, Jeff just tried to find somebody hoping he could throw it to. He couldn't. He gets taken out of bounds. A loss of 2 yards. And let's see, you've got an injury on the far side for McMinnville. And hopefully he'll be okay. The injured player is Corey Warledge. And they're going to look at him over on the far side. And it's actually the trainers from the Oregon City team over on the far side taking a look at him. And let's see if he's going to be okay as they come over now and going to have a little water break here as the officials are talking. Coach Hill talking to his quarterback in Gebrude. Also going to bring in Scanlon.
Feel like this is a really important conversion, third down conversion here, Brian, for McMinnville. You don't want.
It is for the momentum.
Yeah.
It is for just everything, and want to keep that ball rolling. They've taken some time off the clock. 4:21 to go in the third quarter, as they're hopefully going to help him off the field.
There you go. Want the latest information on your favorite high school team? Log on to OSAA.org and the OSAA Score Center. The OSAA Score Center has scheduled scores and official rankings for all member schools in all team sports. At OSAA.org, you'll find playoff brackets, broadcast schedules, and historical records. For more information, visit OSAA.org.
All right, as we come back to action, and they come up here, Jeff, big third down now. 3rd and 6, ball at the 47-yard line. Dropping back, Gebrude throws, and has a receiver, and is in and out of the hands of the Ramos.
Pass.
It's an incomplete pass. I don't know why they're getting...
Holy cow.
The ball was hit.
It was tipped.
It tipped away, but he didn't catch it, though.
He didn't catch it, so it can't be a fumble.
He didn't hook and ladder, though.
No, he didn't catch it.
He didn't catch it. Your guy nailed him over there, is what he did. And so they're saying hook and ladder on the far side. So the coaches over here are saying, no, it's not. McGurvin, he's trying to get the official over there and see, and they're called a hook and ladder. So you call that as a huge hit over there by the Oregon City player. Trips here on the near side. They're going to have the ball, and that's a big play as they come out and they fake it, and they have a receiver on the far side, and they throw it up, and it is caught incomplete. And trying to go up for it is Matthew Oates. Oates has come up big in this game here tonight. Almost came up with another one. Brings up 2nd down. You can just see the momentum shifting on that play right there, Jeff.
Well, I would have went for the big play too, right there, Brian.
But the play before that, you see that defensively, how that shifted.
Holy cow! I'd like to get an explanation after the game on that one.
As they come out now and checking out of the game is Tristan Burge. Burge, who's played well defensively for the Pioneers. Now going on the far side is Mitchell. 2nd down and 10. I agree with you, going for it all right there.
Yeah.
They do lead. Oregon City does, 21-16. They're going to pitch it, and coming back with it is Bradford, and Bradford tries to cut it up, and he's going to get a few yards inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line, gaining about 4 or 5 yards, and brings up 3rd down, even though the marker says 4 down, should be 3rd down. 3:47 to go. Now they're going to fix it. There we go.
Which one's 3? There you go.
And the score, 21-16, that's a huge play. The Grizzlies, they've got to make something happen defensively now after giving up good field position here on the turnover. Bradford, shotgun formation, hands off to Mitchell. Mitchell stutter steps his way, goes forward, breaks the tackle. The second one's at the 20, 10, and he's taken down near the 10-yard line. And just really, you got to wrap him up. The guy's so quick, so fast, you've got to wrap him up, and the Grizzlies could not do that.
Yeah, not only quick and fast, Brian, but on that play, he demonstrated the power to break a tackle and to just run over a McMinnville player down to the 9-yard line, and 21 yards on that run, and that puts him at 77 yards for the evening.
All righty, they've got to make something happen defensively. Get two receivers on the far side. Valenzuela Reese being one of those. I think the other one is Knighton. And here comes the handoff, and it's going to go to Bradford. Going to do the ends around, going to get in, going to waltz into the end zone, touchdown, Oregon City. Wow, too easy there. 9-yard scamper, a little end around there, and the fly sweep in a weird direction, and gets the score to make it now 27-16 in favor of Oregon City.
Well, that's just depressing because in the backfield that time, Grant Rubedo had a chance to bring him down, but reached at him with his arm and could not grab any of the jersey, and then Bradford just able to slip through as a fumble on the kick.
Bad snap, and it goes, and throwing the ball is Valenzuela Reese, and catching the ball is Valenzuela Reese to himself as the ball was tipped down to him, so he gets a pass and a reception there. Colton Height with the knockdown, and kind of a weird play there. He throws the ball to himself, incomplete. But our score now with 2:55 left to go is Oregon City 27, McMinnville 16. You're listening to the KLYC Game of the Week. Back after this, timeout.
There are times you simply need a friend, someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903, 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Let's get a check on traffic with Rachel.
Thanks, Dan. It's a mess out there. This storm is making today's commute a real nightmare.
Cars are just slipping and sliding all over the road.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
As we come back, Scanlon takes the ball at the goal line, runs it up across the 20, down to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Grizzlies will take it. Scanlon, Jeff, got the ball as farthest back you could get it without calling it to the 20. He had to reach up high for it, gets it to about the 20, inside the 26-yard line, and that's where the Grizzlies will have it. With 2:49 to go, you've got to get something on the board now, Jeff. You're trailing by 11 points, 27-16.
You need points, and you need them quick, Brian. Well, not quick, but you need to get a touchdown. Field goal is really not what you're hoping for here. Then you'd have to go for 2.
Cabrera draws back. He's pressured. He rolls out of it. He's going to throw a wild, ugly pass, and it's intercepted at the 37-yard line. It's going to be intercepted there by Coy Vandehay. And that's just Cabrera trying to make something happen to get rid of the ball. It does not take the sack. And Van Hay right there, good interception by him. And you're just giving Oregon City too many chances. This is too good of a team to let that happen.
Way too good of a team to let that happen, Brian. And you can't give them short fields because you know they're going to go down and probably put more points up on the scoreboard. Don't be surprised here if you get something out on the far side of the field, maybe to Hunter Knighton, as they got trips to the far side.
All right, we have a Dayton score for you. We'll pass along here in just a second. As rolling out is Hall. He throws it, has a receiver, and it is caught. And you can guess who it is. As Tristan Burge comes up with a big reception. As Coach McGurven does not agree with that. He thinks it was incomplete. He's not going to get that call, though. It's going to bring up now 1st and 10 after the first down play. Ball at the 24-yard line. Jeff, we have a score, thanks to Ruben Contreras. It is 42-6 in favor of Dayton over Coquille, third quarter. So Dayton's big right now.
Well, I got to say I didn't have Coquille moving through the bracket very far.
Neither did I. Hall, shotgun formation. He's looking. He's going to hand off, delayed draw. Here comes Mitchell, breaks one tackle. Second, what a move at the 10-yard line. Cuts it in for the touchdown. 24-yard run. Wow, Connor Mitchell, that was huge. That was a highlight play if I've ever seen one this season. And Jeff, the sophomores are turning it on now.
They are, Brian, and you remember Jaquiz Rogers? They used to have that whoop and a whoop where they play those Chris Berman plays. That's what that looked like as he just exploded for a beautiful touchdown run.
I hope one of those stations down in the end zone got that as he's running towards them because that was awesome. There is the extra point. It looks ugly. It is ugly. No good there by Conchola. Only thing they've done wrong in the last 5 minutes. 2:05 left to go in the third quarter. It's Oregon City extending their lead, 33-16 over McMinnville. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. 1 minute. Timeout.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local. Locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School. High school sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
Welcome back here to Pioneer Memorial Stadium here in Oregon City as the Oregon City Pioneers kick it off to the visiting Grizzlies, taken by Scanlon at about the 12-yard line. He gets across the 20, the 25, and he's taken down about the 27, 28. And that's where the Grizzlies will start. Pretty much, once again, they started there close to pretty much all night long, except for the one fake punt.
Yeah, the 29-yard line is actually where they've averaged starting, Brian, so they're right on schedule there.
1:59 to go in the third quarter. It's been all Oregon City the last 5 minutes. They lead 33-16 over the Grizzlies. Just a reminder, Linfield football tomorrow here on KLYC at 1:30 as Funky Cole Medina gets, I think, his first handoff, maybe his second one of the day.
First carry of the night.
And, gets about a yard, maybe a half a yard. They even spot him at that, and they'll bring it back there. And it's going to bring up second down in 10.
Well, one of the new teams that's joining the Central Valley Conference next year, West Albany 48, Summit 7.
Wow. We will be
5A power moving up to 6A.
We'll be hearing a lot about West Albany next year as McMinnville's going to be in that league as well. Gabrud rolls to the right, throws for a win, incomplete. He had triple coverage there, and he still threw it anyway, incomplete, going to bring up third down and long.
Well, you can sense McMinnville really pressuring. Gage Gabrud probably feeling the pressure now that he needs to get things done, and I think in a normal game he's not going to make that throw, Brian, because you mentioned it, triple coverage on that far side on Went.
Well, there's a big third down play with 1:21 to go. I guess the best thing about that play is stop the clock, and that's about it. As you've got Ramos here on the near side along with Silver. Shotgun formation for Gabrud. Looks here, looks away, then he throws, and he has Medina. Medina picks it up, and he's tackled by three guys, and maybe not even gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Down just before the 30-yard line. Tough defense. This Oregon City team is, shall we say, pumped up?
Yeah, pumped up is big. They're going to give him a gain of 1 on that one, Brian.
Very generous gain of 1 there. As you got to watch out now as you have Bradford back to receive the punt by Gabrud. Gabrud's getting his own 15. Bradford going to be at the 35.
Already had one fake tonight.
And remember, Bradford returned one against Lake Oswego last week for a touchdown. And here is the ball. It takes an Oregon City bounce, but it is stopped by Scanlon at the 46-yard line. Great field position for the Pios with 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hey, just some scores we'll go down with you quickly. Jesuit on top of Crater, 31-7. It's Lake O on top of Sunset, 21. Or excuse me, it's I want to get that right, Jeff. They changed it on me here.
On what one?
I pushed the.
Oh, here. Let's see if I have it up.
No, they just changed it on here. We'll go back to it. It's I want to say they changed it on me. Yeah, we'll go back to it. So Loa trailing to Clackamas 33-0. Here comes Hall, stops back, he throws, has a receiver, it is incomplete. Good job there by Went defensively, got an arm in there to knock it down. Incomplete, one of the better plays defensively for McMinnville. West Lynn, they trail to Southridge 28-13. Sprague 20, Beaverton 13. You may have an update on that?
20.
20 all.
Yep.
You got Jesuit 35. You got Crater 7. West Salem losing to Glencoe 35-19.
Update from Sprague, 27-20 now over Beaverton.
And handoff goes just up the middle for a gain of a couple yards there as they untackle the pile. That is Mitchell on the run. The West Salem Glencoe, that's a surprising game there, especially the big score for Glencoe. Century losing to Central Catholic 42-7. Tualatin 7, Centennial nothing. And it's Newburgh trailing to Canby 35-7 as we get ready to end the quarter. And just a reminder, Dayton on top of Coquille now. Here's a score for you. Dayton 42, Coquille 6. So there you go with that. Into the third quarter. 1 quarter to play. Is it going to be the Grizzlies' last of the season? Well, they've got some points to put on the board. They trail 33-16 over Oregon City. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. 1 minute. Time out.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local, locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School. What are you saving for? It's a good question because big dreams are financed by smart savings, and there's no better time to start saving than when you're young. That's why First Federal waives monthly service fees and minimum balance requirements for account holders under 18 years of age. So skip or run to First Federal because your big dreams of tomorrow really do start with saving today. Your friends at First Federal are ready to help you invest in your tomorrows. First Federal, we're here for you.
Well, as we come back here to Pioneer Memorial Stadium here in Oregon City, really a neat night as they honored the fallen officer before the game.
Officer Lidke, yeah.
It's one of those things that we'll never forget seeing what we saw before the game. Just kind of a neat show of emotion by the team as we come back here to action to start the fourth quarter. And pass by Hall is incomplete on the far side, and that's going to bring up fourth down. We've got a flag coming here on the near side. We'll have to see what that's all about.
There was a little help from the from Robin Hill and his coaching staff here on the near side to call that flag.
With 11:55 to go, the Grizzlies have they've got some points to put up, Jeff. And did they just wave that off?
I didn't see. Did they decline it?
Oh, they must have declined it then. Okay. As coming on now to punt. And we'll have to see what they do here as Valenzuela Reese.
This just in. John Hall has thrown 2 incompletions in a row. First time tonight.
That's impressive, actually. Hall's had a great night here as Reese's kick is going to hit and takes the bounce at about the 16, then rolls to the 15, and then is down with 11:45 to go in the ball game. Hall's had a great night. 2 completions in a row for the first time.
Yeah.
Huge. The guy he is an arm, too. And you forget, he's a sophomore. A sophomore, Jeff. Yeah. Or senior. Oh, sorry. Well, just tell me. The other guy's sophomore.
Yes, the other.
Well, I didn't want to. Radio. You've only been doing this for 19 years.
I know, but I didn't want to.
Jeff, you've been doing it for 19 years.
I love
we haven't had one of these in a while.
I love you, man.
Yeah, I can tell. 11:45 to go in the game.
15-yard line?
Here we go. Gabru drops back, throws it. It is caught and by Rubedo, and he gets across the 30, 35, 40. And Rubedo gets up, and he celebrates. I don't know why you're trailing Grant 33-16, but he gets up throwing the first down marker and everything else as the flag comes in. But we'll see if they sort that out.
Is that going to be a face mask at the end of it?
Do we know where the face mask is? It's going to be a personal foul.
Oh, blow to the head.
Blow to the head, and they are going to mark it off. And that'll add on 15. And you mentioned it about a quarter ago, Jeff, before all the scoring from Oregon City. It was getting a little chippy out there.
It was, and it feels like it is getting even more chippy, Brian, as McMinnville needs to score quick. That big play right there, that's 41 yards right off the get-go, get you out of deep of your own end zone. And you're halfway down the field.
DeBrew drops back. He throws. The Went catches it. Goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. And it's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. We'll make it to 39. Good spot there for the Grizzlies with 11:29 to go in the ball game. Grizzlies trail 33-16 to the Pioneers. And McMinnville taking their time. His clock is stopped. Trying to open up. Rubedo really has been out of this game offensively.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some drops, some big hits, and you got to credit that defense for that. And Gabrew's going to throw it for him now. And Grant ran the wrong way as Gabrew gets thrown down big time. And he's going to be helped up by one of the Pioneers. And you got to like the way Joshua Miller is playing. He has been pressuring Gabrew all night long. And Rubedo cut in.
He should have cut out.
Should have cut out. Nobody was there. Going to bring up now 3rd down and 6. Ball at the Pioneer 39-yard line.
Portland 89, Sacramento 82, and WNBA and NBA.
Pretty much.
Because WNBA teams do not even get close to 89 points.
No, but 2 receivers on the far side, and we've got flags everywhere. And it's going to go against the Grizzlies. Mark it off.
Only their 4th penalty of the night, Brian, for 30 yards. 30 yards, whatever. 30 yards.
And they're going to say no flag. A timeout called by the Grizzlies. We'll take the timeout. What the heck? 11:24 left to go in the ball game. Oregon City leaves 33-16. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. 1 minute. Timeout.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend. Someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903. 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
As we come back, a double handoff going to Went to Silver, and not going to surprise anybody from the Pioneers. They take Silver down for a short gain, if anything.
I'm going to give him 0.
Yeah, I think so too. And the chain gang should be
going the wrong way.
They did mark it a 1st down. They're giving the ball back to Oregon City, but now they're moving it. I still think it's 4th down. It is. Okay. It is 4th down and 6 with 10:50 and counting to go. Grizzlies are going to go for it. Ball sitting still at the 39-yard line. Went in motion. The Brood, shotgun formation. He's going to try to draw him off sides. No, he's going to do a hard count. Looks, rolls to the left. He's looking. He throws, has a receiver, and is tipped up high again. There's a flag. It's intercepted on the far side near the 20-yard line. And here comes Jake Yashimura. Yashimura goes, and he's going to be taken down inside the 20, flung down near the 15. We've got a flag way back at the 30-yard line, and that's probably going to be a pass interference, Jeff.
Well, it might be called that, but, Brian, that ball was tipped, so there cannot be pass interference if the ball's tipped. Let's see what the officials work out here. Oh, boy. That's a bad call.
They're going to say pass interference, and the ball, you say, was tipped to the line of scrimmage.
No, I think it was tipped.
Oh, they called before that. And the initial guy, when it went in there, he hit him before it went to him. Then it went off the guy's helmet and went up. So it is a good call, I think, by the official. And they're going to say it is pass interference going to go against Oregon City. This is one of the crazier games I've seen in a long time.
I would not say that these are the number 1 officials from whatever association they came from, Brian. Of course, they mix them up. They try not to have Homer-type officiating crews come in, and this has been really weird tonight.
Here comes a double handoff, and it's going to go to Silver to Went. Went pushes inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. We haven't had a weird, crazy officiating game in a while, and tonight we've had some weird things happen, too. Balls flying up in the air, hooks and ladders, you name it. It has it all here tonight.
27-27 from Sprague. Tied with about 4.5 to go in the game. Ole's with the ball.
Shows how weak that Valley League is that the Grizzlies will go into next year. Wink gets the little end around, and he is not going to get it. Nice play there by Bradford. Bradford is so quick. Comes up with a stop. It's going to bring up third down now and 4 after a loss of 1 with 9:35 and counting. Oregon City leading 33-16 over McMinnville.
Yeah, a little urgency needs to be seen here. As now all the players, it's kind of cool, all the huffing and puffing going on in the huddles. You get a little smoke-type look at the line of scrimmage. It is awesome football right now, Brian.
It is. It's starting to get a little chilly out there. And here comes Gabrud rolling, throws. He has a receiver. It is caught down in. Good reception there by Ramos, and Ramos, who we really haven't heard much of until now, has been quiet since this big first half.
That's his first catch of the second half, Brian, and 9 yards on the play, but more importantly, it keeps the drive alive and keeps the hopes of McMinnville alive if they can score pretty quickly here.
All righty, here comes Gabrud. He's going to come under center once again. And he's going to draw back. He's going to look to the far side, and it's intercepted. Threw it right into the hands of Christensen. He's going to go across the 25. He makes Gabrud miss. He's got a lineman who's on him, and the lineman pulls him down. Biggest play of the night by number 68. And dang it, we don't have his number on here. And that is going to be a huge play. It may have been Oliver Vera. It is Vera who comes up limping and tired. Vera did a great job of getting there. Unfortunately, Gabrud just tried to force it, Jeff, and right there at the right place was Christensen.
It's almost one of those timing plays, Brian, where you're trusting that the wide receiver is going to be there, and you throw it out. And unfortunately for McMinnville, number 4, Easton Christensen steps in and makes the interception and returns it to the 49-yard line.
Sometimes the defender will play on the outside just to make sure he doesn't get burned long. Christensen stepped on the inside. Right play, right time there for the interception. That could be all here if the Grizzlies don't come up big defensively. Throw across the middle, caught inside the 40, down now to the 30 is Odes once again. Has had himself a great game here tonight. Big first down and a lot more.
23 yards again, Brian, and now you can just kind of see McMinnville's demeanor has changed. They thought maybe they were going to have a chance, but Oregon City has closed that door quickly, Brian. That puts Odes over 100 yards receiving tonight at 119.
It almost looks like the tundra down there a little bit, Jeff. It's 45 degrees right now here from Oregon City. And here comes Hall, throws across the center. It's a little high, caught by Odes in the end zone, touchdown. 28-yard pass there from Hall to Odes, and Hall's the first one to greet him in the end zone. And the Pioneers have extended their lead to 39-16. You can finally see the Pioneer fans breathing now, nervous up until about 10-15 minutes to go in this ball game. Actually, the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, McMinnville really, Brian, shot themselves in the foot with the turnovers.
That song sounds familiar, does it? Yeah, it does. 8:16 to go in the game. You're right, Jeff. Turnovers are huge, and we've got flags on the extra point coming in, and it's going to be offside against the McMinnville decline. The official kind of put his hands on his head, waist, and then didn't know what to call it, and the head referee, but they did get the call right finally. And Conchola back to kick the extra point after the declining of the penalty. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Chocolates. 8:16 left to go in the game. It's Oregon City 40 and McMinnville 16. Don't go away. You're listening to the KLYC Game of the Week. It's the first round of the playoffs here at the OSA. We'll be back after this 1 minute timeout.
Let's get a check on traffic with Rachel.
Thanks, Dan. It's a mess out there. This storm is making today's commute a real nightmare.
Cars are just slipping and sliding all over the road.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, Every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local. Locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School.
Well, we'll come back here at Oregon City High School. Here's the kick by Conchola, and it's going to be hit at about the 15. They've got to pick it up at the 3-yard line. Here comes Silver, and Silver's going to be hit once, twice by a whole gang at the 11-yard line, and that's where the Grizzlies will start. That's a tough one. Its ball just died, and if he lets it, doesn't pick it up, it's going to be their ball, and he had to pick it up and really couldn't get much out of it. He's going to come out of the game, and he is in a little bit of pain. He's calling for Medina to come out there, and Silver's going to take a breather and put his hands on his knees. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Scores around the state, Jeff. They're getting very interesting, aren't they?
They are getting way interesting.
We've got some scores for you, and we'll give you those scores here probably at the next dead ball, maybe after this, in fact.
Wish I had gloves.
That'd be nice. As Gabru drops back, throws across the center, a wobbler, and Rubedo was there, and Rubedo tried to get to it, but defensively, Christensen didn't, he didn't turn and just kind of ran into Rubedo, and there's no way he was going to get to that ball.
Yeah.
But the flag does come out. It's going to be a pass interference against Oregon City.
If there is one weakness that I've seen tonight in this Oregon City team, Brian, it's the penalties. That's their 7th penalty accepted for 75 yards tonight. So, but otherwise, John Hall has just been outstanding. 16 of 22, 317 yards. He's completing about 73% of his passes and has thrown for 3 touchdowns tonight. He's making all the right decisions.
8:04 left to go in the ball game. It's 40-16 in favor of Oregon City. Here's the handoff to Scanlon. He goes. He is nailed and then thrown and wrapped up out of bounds. First guy to really get to him there was Corvey. Hey, just to give you a final, Dayton defeated Coquille 42-12. So Dayton goes on in the playoffs, and we'll keep you updated and may even have that game for you next week. So keep it tuned here to AM 1260 KLYC. Dayton victorious over Coquille in the first round. They're into the final 8 now. The Elite 8, I guess you want to call it. 7:27 counting. Here's the pass. It's incomplete. Intended for Silver, and Gabru just kind of threw it away over his head. And Gabru's coming over to the sideline to talk to Hill. And you can just tell, you said earlier, Jeff, the demeanor, and it's just not there right now for McMinnville trailing by this much.
Well, when you've gotten, when you were trailing by 1 point at halftime, Brian, and then have been outscored 26-3 in the second half, that's a little bit demoralizing.
It really is, as they come out there, and here they come with Gabru now on 3rd and 7. Look across the center, and just way over through Grant, big time by about 8 feet. Grant's tall, too. Incomplete. Going to bring up 4th down, and Gabru's going to have to punt.
That's funny you say that. Gabru has to punt.
Yes.
He is the punter.
He is. They'll make him punt. 7:16 to go in the ball game. Just a reminder, Coquille loses to Dayton. Dayton Pirates still on the playoffs now. 42. 42, looking at the final, 42-13, I believe, 42-12, I should say. Here's Gabru's punt, and it goes, and it hits about the 43, bounces, and takes a Grizzly bounce to about the 38-yard line, and that's where they will have him. All righty, Jeff, so now if you're Oregon City, you lead by 24. You just run off the time?
Yep, I would. 33 yards on the punt. And I would, there's no reason to really show anything else for the next week's opponent that you might be playing now, Brian. And I think we have the brackets, and we can maybe kind of start figuring out who's moving on up to the east side.
Remember, North Medford Reynolds, winner of that, plays then now this Oregon City team.
Newburgh, new quarterback in there, number 11.
And hand it off, and go in there is Jordan Villarreal Ferguson with the run, and he goes and gets a short gain coming up with the ball, the Grizzlies, but they're not going to give it to him. And they're just going to talk about it and say, no, I don't think you had it. And coming back out there is Scott Lloyd, the junior, 6'3" quarterback. Lloyd going to get some reps now, and they're trying to fix his uniform a little bit over on the far side. And Lloyd just taking his time with 6:28 and counting. I formation. Here on the near side is Ramirez. They hand it off. There's Villarreal Ferguson. He goes forward. The senior gets a gain of about 2 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4. We're going to go through the brackets, as Jeff said. We'll also give you some scores from around the league. Here tonight, our score that we want to pass along to you is Canby all over Newburgh tonight. Last score we had 35-7. Lake Oswego on top of Sunset, 21-13. And McNary on top of Roseburg, 21-14 right now. We'll pass along more scores throughout the at the end of the game in the post-game show.
That's my bracket buster right there, Brian.
That's a big one, too. The handoff once again, going nowhere is Villarreal Ferguson, and is going to bring up 4th down now for the Pioneers. Just a reminder, keep it tuned here to KLYC, AM 1260, as we will let you know what's happening next week. Dayton still in the playoffs, folks. It looks like pretty much McMinnville and Newburgh going down to defeat in the first round. But you've got Dayton in the playoffs, continued on to the Elite Eight, and we'll keep you tuned here to let you know what's going to happen. And we plan on carrying that game for you here on AM 1260 KLYC, also on KLYC.us and OregonPulse.com.
Is Willamina?
Jeff, you're going to get him up in the set. Here is the punt. It is taken by Scanlon. Scanlon goes back, and he falls down back at the 23, or the 17, I should say. They gave him forward momentum. Yeah. He didn't have any forward momentum. It was all backwards. That was a great punt there by Oregon City, and coming up again has been Burge, and it's going to be now 4:56 to go in the ball game. Grizzly football, 1st and 10 from the 18.
Well, Grizzlies have had 355 yards of offense here, Brian, in the football game. The problem is they don't have enough points to show for that yardage.
You are exactly right. Only 16 as Gabrud drops back. He throws, has a receiver, is caught by Rubedo, and he goes over on the far side. Actually, that was Ramos with the catch. He gets to the 35, 36-yard line, and the Grizzlies are hurrying up this offense with 4:48 to go, trailing 40-16.
94 yards receiving tonight for Darby Ramos on the evening.
And he's been quiet most of the third quarter. And here's Went. Here's the pass, and it is caught at the 45-yard line. And they're just going to keep moving. They got some subs in there for Oregon City. They're kind of getting some kids in there to get some fresh faces, which is a good thing. Get some experience here in this playoff game with 4:23 to go. Gabrud drops back, throws across the left-hand side. It is caught. It's going to be a 1st down and more at the 46-yard line into Pioneer territory by Ramos once again. Breaks the 100-yard mark right there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fantasy stats right there.
That's right, baby. 104 yards.
1st and 10 from the 46. Here's the handoff. It's going to go to Silver. He tries to step on, gets knocked down. Not before he picks up 2 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 8. Fans here, great crowd here for this game here tonight. It's a great place to see a football game. Lots of people in the stands, lots of people around the track. Here comes Gabrud, shotgun formation, throws to the far side, caught by Ramos again. He's going to be flung out of bounds, not before he gets to the 35-yard line. And another Grizzly 1st down. Looks good on stats, Jeff, but as you said, not enough points with all those stats.
Not enough stats. Well, it's 113 yards, though, Brian, and
still near the points.
267 yards passing for Gage Gabrud tonight.
Not bad for his final high school game as a quarterback. Remember, a lot of seniors on this Grizzly team.
Yep.
So it's going to be a young team next year. As Gabrud drops back, play action, throws on the far side, has a receiver, is incomplete. tried to thread the needle there to Silver, and drops incomplete. Going to bring up second down. Of course, want to let you know that Newburgh also losing tonight, and so they will drop out of the playoffs, and really had a great year, Jeff, and unfortunately just could not do it in the playoffs as they lose 30, or they're trailing right now 35-7 to Canby.
That defense really stepped up this year. Great improvement with bringing in Tomlin as the defensive coordinator.
Here comes Gabrud rolling out to the right. He drops off to Silver inside the 25, and he's going to hit down near the 30 or the 23-yard line. Going to be enough for a first down, gain of about 10, 11 yards for McMinnville. 3:16 left to go in the ball game. Jeff, next year going to be very interesting to see what happens for both of these schools. You've got Robin Hill now in the second year. We're looking at next year anyway.
And he's going to go back to coaching teams he's very familiar with.
You are correct. As Gabrud drops back, looks to the left, throws to Ramos, and Ramos catches it again, and he goes inside the 15. He's hit once, he's hit twice. He still hasn't been taken down. Then he gets picked up in the air, and finally just pushing away in frustration Canchola, and they never did get him down, Ramos. And let's see where they mark it. A gain of 8 yards on the reception.
And Ramos now 122 yards receiving.
240 and counting. Jeff, you brought it up. The Grizzlies now go into what they haven't come up with a name yet, the Central Valley Conference, and they will be playing against the Salem schools, West Albany, and the Forest Grove in there.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. New opponents.
New opponents, but opponents Robin Hill is very familiar with.
Here is the pass to Brew, and it's to win, tipped away, incomplete. Good job there defensively by the Pioneers. Marquette stepping in there to knock it down to make it incomplete. New opponents. Hill knows a lot of these guys really well.
He does. He's very familiar with all the coaches, I believe, in the Central Valley Conference, with maybe the exception of West Albany, since they've been playing at the 5A level and will be moving up this next year.
I think Mike West is still there, and so, it's going to be interesting to see how it all works out. Of course, they used to coach in the Valley League together when West Albany was there. Gabrud comes back, goes across the center. It is caught by Rubedo into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies! A 14-yard strike from Gabrud to Rubedo, and the Grizzlies get on the board. Unfortunately, Jeff, going to be a little too late.
A lot too late.
Yeah, didn't want to say a lot. There's still 2:12 to go, but you're right.
It's a nice drive, Brian. It's a fitting way to have your career kind of come to an end. Something positive you can take away from it for Gage Gabrud. He's thrown 47 pass attempts this evening, Brian, and completed 26 of them.
That's impressive as the kick is up by Bannister, and it is good. 2:12 left to go in the ball game. The Grizzlies have shrunk the lead a little bit. It's now Oregon City 40 and McMinnville 23. You're listening to the KLYC Game of the Week. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road. What are you saving for? It's a good question because big dreams are financed by smart savings, and there's no better time to start saving than when you're young. That's why First Federal waives monthly service fees and minimum balance requirements for account holders under 18 years of age. So skip or run to First Federal because your big dreams of tomorrow really do start with saving today. Your friends at First Federal are ready to help you invest in your tomorrows. First Federal, we're here for you.
All righty, we come back here. Grizzlies just put up 7 points. They trail 40-23. Here comes a onside kick, and it is up. It's on the ground. They're fighting for it. Both teams saying they have it, and it's going to be McMinnville ball. They come up with the onside kick, and coming up with the ball and throwing back to the official was Dalton Donaldson for McMinnville.
Double D, Dalton Donaldson. with the recovery.
Gotta love that. We haven't seen too many onside kicks this year. In any of the games we've done, as the Grizzlies come back out here once again and trying to make substitutions. Oregon City's going to call a timeout. They're going to take the timeout, and we'll keep it right here with 2:07 to go. So, Jeff, let's step back into the 3A division a little bit. As Dayton, of course, defeated Coquille by a score of 42-12. Dayton going to move on to play Valley Catholic or Blanchette. There's 8:34 to go in the game. Winner of that game plays Dayton. Valley Catholic in the lead right now, Jeff, 24-21.
Valley Catholic's leading Blanchette. Are they at Blanchette?
I think so.
Okay, well, that would be a little bit of an upset in my mind.
It's been really close, both of those teams. So I want to thank Ruben for getting the score there.
We got a little bit of a drama in Sprague.
Okay, hurry.
7 seconds to go. Attempting a 28-yard field goal for Sprague.
Really? What's the score? And we'll get back to that.
27-27.
He hands it off to Christian Medina, and Medina loses a yard. Kind of the old, well, not really a fumble-rooski, but Sprague attempting a field goal with 7 seconds left for the win. How many yards? 0.7 seconds left. So this is the final play of the game, 28 yards.
He's going for a field goal.
All right, so Sprague trying to get the victory there. Trips on the far side for the Grizzlies. 1:35 to go in the game. Brood draws back, throws across the center, has Rubedo, goes up for it, incomplete. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 13 for the Grizzlies.
My daughter texting me frantically and missed. Overtime.
All right. So there's one game that's going to go into overtime there. Sprague and Beaverton after the last-second field goal is no good by the Olympians. We'll give you all the scores in the post-game show coming up here. We're a minute 30 on the clock away. Grizzlies do trail 40-23 to the Pioneers. Brood draws back, looks to the right, throws to the right, has Went, caught, tackled out of bounds, but not before he gets the reception. And another first down. They keep adding on to that first down total, Jeff.
Yeah, they do. And actually, Brian, let me add that in here. How many first downs would you think they have tonight?
17.
They have 24.
Wow. Didn't seem like it.
No.
Oh, my goodness. All righty, as they come out here once again. And now we're down to 1:24 to go. It's 1st and 10, ball sitting at the 35-yard line. Two receivers on the far side. Brood throws immediately. It is caught, and turning to the right is Clevenger, and Clevenger gets inside the 23-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it. Here come the Grizzlies trying to make it happen a little bit quicker. The clock will start as soon as they get up to there. 1:18 to go in the ball game. Now Brood's taking his time. He's got Clevenger and Wint here on the near side. Draws back, looks to the near side, throws to Went. He catches it, gets inside the 15, not before being pushed out of bounds. I believe that was Bradford once again for the Pioneers. 1:03 to go in the ball game. It is 40-23. Coach Hill still sending in the calls to Brood.
That was the 51st pass attempt tonight by Gage Brood.
Brood is throwing it all over the Pioneer Memorial Stadium tonight. Unfortunately, he's not going to come out with a victory.
29 of 51.
He rolls to the left, going to throw his 50-second pass, and it's going to be, is it intercepted? It is intercepted in the end zone. I believe that was Bradford coming up with it, and he comes up with the, actually not, that was Valenzuela-Reese. I should have guessed it. Valenzuela-Reese with another interception. And wait a minute. They're bringing out the 20-yard line. There we go. It's going to be now Oregon City ball with 55 seconds to go. Jeff, wow.
Well, 4th turnover, Brian, tonight. 3rd interception thrown by Gage Brood. Really no reason to throw that interception as he had all time to throw. But got to give him a valiant effort, Brian. He's thrown for over 336 yards tonight.
All righty, here we go. Pioneer's going to hand it off, and then just rolling to the right is Bobby Perez, and Perez is going to be taken down but not before he gets about 3 yards, brings second down and 7 with 42 seconds to go. They might get one, maybe 2 more plays off, maybe 1. We will have scores from around the state here tonight. The one I want to pass along to you is Glencoe on top of West Salem, 49-34. And, of course, North Medford looks like they'll be playing Oregon City next, as North Medford winning at home. And just like that, it's going to be downing the ball. And Oregon City is going to come out with the victory here tonight by a score of 40-23. And you got to like the way they played, Jeff. You got to like the way the season went for the McMinnville at times. The McMinnville Grizzlies, unfortunately, could not come up with a victory in the first round of the OSAA state playoffs.
Well, Brian, it was a season of ups and downs. They had some good wins. They had some turmoil in the middle of the season, and then kind of turned it on, had the chance to maybe even get a bye week, but won last week against McKay, and then came in here and really was in it for about 2.5 quarters, Brian, and then Oregon City kind of took over, and McMinnville made some mistakes tonight that really cost them the game.
Yes, that is exactly what happened, and, you have to be happy. You have a new coach. You've got a lot of people excited about this season, rightfully so, and there's always next year. That's the beauty about, all sports. There's always next year. Final score here from Memorial Pioneer Stadium, or Pioneer Memorial Stadium, I should say. Oregon City 40, McMinnville 23. Don't go away. We've got the postgame show coming up after this 2-minute timeout.
Leave a message, and I will call you back as soon as I can.
Hey, honey, it's me. Listen, I kind of slid into a snowbank on the way home. Looks like I'm going to be a little bit late for dinner.
Happy anniversary.
Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. And with our best tire value promise, every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection and care. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Golden Valley Restaurant and Brewery is celebrating 20 years of serving you the best times and locally produced food in Yamhill County. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub at 980 Northeast 4th Street in McMinnville is local. Locally brewed refreshment, fresh local produce. Steak specials every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Golden Valley Restaurant and Brew Pub opens daily at 11, open till 9 p.m. Sunday, and most weekdays open till 10 Friday and Saturday. And they say go McMinnville and Newburgh High School. If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend, someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903, 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Welcome back here to Oregon City. Brian Ayers along with Jeff Ivey here on this chilly Friday night. And it was, it was chilly on the field for McMinnville in the second half, Jeff. And that's really where things happened and where the Grizzlies kind of lost it, was that third quarter.
Yeah, and Brian, I just got a little clarification from Coach Rutschman next to me. I was sitting in the coaching booth about that hook and ladder, and he says that the officials did rule that it was a catch and that it was a fumble because it was a lateral. So that's what was explained to the coaching staff. Not sure I agree with that, but we don't have the benefit of replay, and when they look at the tape from the game, they'll have a better knowledge of that. But that's kind of what happened on that play. But Gage Gabrud goes out tonight, Brian, having attempted 52 passes. He ends up the night 29 of 52 through the air for 336 yards, 1 touchdown, but unfortunately 3 interceptions tonight. And, through 2.5 quarters, McMinnville was right there. And then Oregon City kind of took over and really kind of, I wouldn't say piled on, but you could tell that they demoralized the McMinnville defense and were able to put the game away handily. tonight. You can look at some of the statistics, final statistics for McMinnville. As I mentioned, Gage Gabrud going to finish 29 of 52, 336 yards through the air, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Total offense, 469 tonight for McMinnville. Tons of offense, just not enough points. 453 yards of offense for the home team tonight. So actually McMinnville put up more yards tonight. Only 12 first downs for Oregon City. You look at the other side, Brian, McMinnville, 25 first downs.
Wow.
Gage Gabrud carried the ball 9 times for 38 yards, and Nate Wendt carried the ball 7 times for 58 yards. 122 yards receiving tonight for Darby Ramos on 9 receptions, 1 touchdown to Grant Rubidoux. He had 50 yards in receiving. Nate Wendt had 67. Zach Silver had 56 to lead McMinnville. On the other side of the football, what a performance tonight by John Hall. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 16 of 22 for 317 yards through the air, 73% completion percentage. Connor Mitchell I have him as 102 total yards rushing the ball, 2 touchdowns, 4 carries for 20 yards and a touchdown. Tonight, Matthew Oates was unstoppable as a receiver tonight. 6 receptions, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaged almost 25 yards per reception. Trayvon Badford, 3 receptions for 86 yards and a touchdown to lead the way for the Oregon City Pioneers. And they're going to move on to the second round of the playoffs tonight. McMinnville shouldn't hold their head too low, Brian, because they did put up a valiant effort and just made some critical mistakes at critical times in this football game.
What can you say?
You got my bracket over there?
I do have your bracket.
Okay.
We'll take a look at it.
Okay.
But we got to take a look at some scores first because there's some games still not, there's a lot of games still going on.
There are.
In fact, you've got one that you've been following a little bit. Sprague in overtime now.
They're in overtime, and Ole's scored first in overtime, 34-27. Beaverton just scored. They've called the timeout to decide whether to go for 2 or not.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that works out. We'll keep you abreast on that. Clackamas, they beat Aloha. It's 47-7. It looks like that's a final. Southridge looks like they're going to go and win against West Lynn, 28-13. We had the spread game. We'll try to update you that, get you a final. Jesuit all over Crater, 56-21.
That is huge, Brian, but the one right below that one, West Salem, losing to Glencoe.
Where have we heard of them?
They're in the same league. Boy.
Yeah, scary, huh?
Yeah, 49-34. Century got blown out by Central Catholic, 55-7.
Shows you how weak that Central Valley Conference can be.
Can be, yes. Tualatin 14, Centennial 3. Canby all over Newburgh, 35-7, and Grants Pass, not very good host to Westview, 54-7.
Sunset losing right now to Lake Oswego, 28-21. McNary on top of Roseburg, 30-14. That's a game that surprises me a little bit. One Valley Lake team really shining, I guess, today.
Yeah.
Lake Ridge, they are on top of South Medford, 21-10. And we've got Tigard all over Gresham, 43-22. And it's Sheldon big over Lincoln, 56-28. And then North Medford, they are beating Reynolds, 42-20. And Jeff, you have an update.
We have a final from Sprague. Sprague 34, Beaverton 35 in overtime.
Wow, that just shows you how weak, once again, the Central Valley Conference is.
Wow.
That's where this McMinnville team will be going. Newburgh, on the other hand, will be going up to the Three Rivers, this Oregon City. So
Canby. Lake Oswego.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, they were getting away from Tigard, and actually I think Tigard's in Tualatin,
right,
and Glencoe and Century. So
tough league.
Oh boy, could be long seasons ahead, at least 4 years ahead for those Newburgh Tigers. Some
scores to pass along. Dayton, they win. They move on. It's the only Yamhill County team left now as they defeated Coquille 42-12. And they are going to be playing the winner of the Blanchette Valley Catholic game. And we've got a reporter, Ruben, down there giving us updates. This game is being played in Willamette right now. And it's Blanchette on top of Valley Catholic, 28-24. And I think there's 3:57 left to go in the ball game. So that one's going back and forth. So Dayton's going to play the winner of that. And Well, Jeff, it's been crazy. It's been fun. It's been a good year. We may have a game next week. Keep it tuned here to KLYC. We'll keep you updated and let you know what's going on with Dayton, where it's going to be, who it's going to be against. Your thoughts on the season and maybe look into, next year a little bit.
Well, McMinnville is going to lose a lot of players, Brian. A lot of seniors on this team played their last game tonight. Of course, going to lose your quarterback, your starting quarterback. Gage Gabruto had a really, really good year this year, Brian, and did a lot of positive things for this team. Going to have to replace some offensive linemen and going to go to a new league, so you're going to have to learn some new offenses that maybe you don't typically or haven't seen. Of course, you're going to Sprague's still running kind of a wing T, but they graduate quite a few seniors this year too, Brian. They're running back and that sort of thing. So going to be an interesting thing to watch, and they're going to maybe do a little bit more traveling as you go down to West Albany. That's going to be a long bus ride for those guys every other year for the 4 years that this new leagues are going to be into place. And, West Albany's a good 5A football team, Brian, and I don't think they're going to have any problem moving up to 6A. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Robin Hill gets these guys doing in the offseason now that he's had a whole year to implement his offense and defensive schemes into the system, get the younger players used to it at the lower levels and bring them up and see what can happen. We know he's a great coach. He's won a state title with Sprague, and certainly if he can get the right players doing the right things at the right time, Brian, he can be a very tough coach in the Central Valley Conference.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, and we'll keep it. We'll keep you abreast of all the action, everything going on. And of course, here on AM 1260 KLYC. Before we go, I want to remind you we have Linfield football tomorrow. They're going to be taking on the University of Puget Sound Loggers.
Ooh.
Yes, the Loggers, of course, 1-6 on the year, 0-4 on the conference. Yes, it should be a win. Linfield, of course, 7-0 on the season, 4-0 in conference. It is the annual Hall of Fame game tomorrow as well. We'll have all the action starting at 1:30 here on KLYC. Pregame show at 1 o'clock. So we'll keep abreast of the Linfield Wildcats tomorrow. Of course, keep it tuned in all week long, and we should let you know at least by Monday where Dayton's going to be playing and what time, and we'll try to carry that action for you here on KLYC. Just keep it tuned here to 1260. Also, tune in next week at KLYC.us and also OregonPulse.com. And I want to thank all our listeners, all our sponsors from around the Yamhill County area. Thank you so much for keeping Linfield football, Newburgh football, and McMinnville football here on AM 1260 KLYC. Another great season. Just want to thank you. I want to thank Richard, also Dave Adams back at Command Central. You guys did a great job in keeping us going here all season once again. So thank you very much. And I want to thank you all once again, listeners, for listening to us. Jeff, another great season. It was
another fun season. Got to see a lot of fun things. Brian, got to see some good teams. Tigers, that's my pick going forward for the remainder of the year. They've got it all, in my opinion. They got size, speed. They got excellent position players, hands players, and Jet Even, their quarterback, one of the best names in high school football, if you ask me. And we saw him a couple times handle McMinnville and Newburgh fairly well.
And I agree with you. Tigers should go a long way. And another team will go a long way, hopefully, is our Dayton Pirates, of course, in the 3A division. So keep it tuned here to KLYC. Well, thank you very much for listening. Thank you, everybody, once again. Our final score here from Pioneer Memorial Stadium in Oregon City. It was Oregon City Pioneers 40, McMinnville 23. Thank you for listening, and good night, everybody.
The Oregon School Activities Association thanks you for listening to this OSAA US Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championship event. Les Schwab Tires celebrating more than 55 years of pride in performance. US Bank proud to celebrate its 28th year of supporting OSAA state championships. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of an OSAA state championship event.